Applesauce and hand grenades. It's happening again, everybody. Tuesday, September 10th, 2019. Hello. Welcome back to...
What is applesauce and hand grenades?
What isn't?
Should be a Saul.
Am I right, Josh? Am I right? What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the show here on Collider Live. Hashtag that's the show. Hashtag how's your mother. Hashtag how's your father. Hashtag let's buy some
Applesauce
bagels. What'd you say?
Hashtag Igla.
Igla? Somebody said to me yesterday, by the way, it was like, I was listening to the Igla stuff, and I'm like, why aren't you doing voiceovers? And I hashtag, and I included Roger Craig Smith. I go, because every time I want to, Roger Craig Smith tells me to go fuck myself.
Yes,
and he wrote back, and he said, help me help you. So, guys, welcome back here. Roxy Striar looking very elegant today.
What do you got, like an elegance model?
It's the elegance model. You look like you're ready to, like, sit, do some yoga, light a candle.
I was really excited for today.
Well, they don't even know what's going to happen, so we shouldn't even tell them, because then now you're going to ruin the surprise.
There's no
surprise anymore, I
That's
guess.
the point.
Well,
I dressed up. I'm in heels.
This is why I don't announce guests.
Do you have like a crush on the guy or something?
No, I just respect his talent, and I was listening to a lot of his stuff. And
Eminem was supposed to come in today. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my God.
Wow.
I mean,
Wouldn't
Wouldn't that be big?
If I heard that Eminem was coming in and then he didn't, that would have been. I wouldn't have been able to show up today.
Right. You would have just been.
I totally forgot to
sure.
tell this story. So when I did that live stream with like Quavo and 2 Chainz, right? Machine Gun Kelly was there. Okay.
Oh.
And so I went up to him and I was like, "Hey man, we talk about you on our show all the time. It's live, like every single day here in LA. If you're ever around and you want to come on," he's like, "My PR tells me I can't do live shows no more." I was like, "Oh, okay."
I'll tell you what. I understand. I watched some of the live.
I get it.
Well, because he's got no filter.
No,
and
not
that's
at all.
and you know
We
what?
could do a pre-tape with him.
How perfect
Yeah,
is that
true.
for the show, though?
That's the truth, and that's why everyone loved having him
That's
on.
why I said, "Dude, our show's perfect for you." Then
Yeah.
it's the internet.
It's the thing is, and you don't want a guy like that to not. So say this and don't be yourself. He's
Yeah.
gonna go fuck you.
Yeah,
All right, freaking.
exactly.
Well, I'm not gonna say fuck you to you guys. I say hello, and I hope everybody is well and
Hello.
and washed. You all washed your asses today. That's a bad
Absolutely
thing,
well
if you
done.
know.
Yes, yeah.
Well, somebody didn't wash our asses today because it
stinks in here. What is that smell?
I'm pretty positive. I have a really good nose. I'm pretty positive there's a dead animal in the vent. And I think probably...
The sniffer?
Oh,
You're the sniffer.
shit.
I really am
Yeah.
the sniffer. And I think it might be a rat, but it could, because of the space, it could be a possum.
Could be anything.
Oh,
you know what?
that
You know what was
possum.
so funny about that too? Because Roxy was very serious when she came in to tell us, and whenever anybody slips on words, we don't let them go.
Nope.
We
No.
make fun of them. So Roxy said she thinks that a dead animal died, and we said, well, that's kind of redundant, and it probably or the dead animal, the smell was so bad that it just died again.
Yeah,
Second time.
A dead animal died up there.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I made it back. The angels brought me back. Fuck it, I'm out.
It died another day.
Died another day.
I'm really so you were super excited about our guest
I was.
that canceled.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Shawn Wayans, ladies and
Sean
gentlemen.
Wayans
Yes.
was supposed to be here. He's
Not
not,
feeling
coming
well.
in. Not
No.
feeling great.
But next week.
He's coming
Okay,
back.
We're
That's awesome.
rescheduling.
That's fine.
She was so excited. Let me tell you, I literally got off the call with the reps. It was like, he's not feeling well. Can we do it? I'm like, yeah, no problem. She comes in beaming. I'm so excited. I'm like, what are you excited for? She's like, our guest. I'm like, he canceled.
Right.
I'm so sorry.
Sorry about that, Ron.
Was he on In Living Color, or was that just?
Yeah.
Oh, he was
Towards
on
the
In
end of
Living
it,
Co-
yeah.
Okay. Cool.
And I've been listening to recent interviews, and he's been getting asked about a reunion for
Reboot?
In Living Color,
Oh,
and
been
he
talks
is
of it.
open to it.
down.
He's open to a White Chicks sequel. They've been working on. They've been working on that,
Love White Chicks.
and In Living Color. But he would rather a reunion special, and I had a lot of questions for him about that.
Right.
Well,
Because
then
especially,
save
you
them.
know, like
Next
everybody
week.
says that
Next
Friends
week. Next week.
stole a lot from In Living Color.
Well,
and
guess
so
what? I got some other
questions
news
about
for
that.
you that you might like. This is not confirmed yet. We're just working on it. But your friend Sonia Deville is
Oh.
working on coming in. We're trying to get her
On a
in.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday?
Yeah, what days?
They gave Wednesday and Thursday.
Well,
Who's
Thursday, I
that?
wrote
Tell
you
her
back.
that I'm here.
not going to be here for that because it's my birthday. So
Cruella
hopefully
When's
we'd
your
rather have
birthday?
on Wednesday.
Okay.
October 1st.
Ooh, my birthday.
So I would much rather them.
What are you gonna
take-
do? You're
nothing.
taking the day off?
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
That's
There's
so
nothing.
fun.
Yeah.
Who is Sonia Deville?
She actually came from AfterBuzz. She was a UFC fighter, and now she's in the WWE.
Yeah, she's a star in the
superstar.
WWE. Yeah.
Got it.
So
Got it.
so we're trying to get
Yeah.
her in there.
Got it.
Like, wasn't Mandy coming in at some point too?
Yeah, it didn't work out.
I got a pretty good story for you.
Okay.
You ready? And you'll appreciate this because you and I always say the same thing.
You and I
Okay. So I'm driving home yesterday.
driving home.
And I would like to say that you're supposed to be a defensive driver, but when you're driving around the Hollywood Bowl, you have to be an offensive driver.
Of course,
Oh,
just open spots.
yes.
Always take the open
Yes.
spots.
Gotta go. You gotta read your
Hold that
lanes.
thought. Hold that thought because this is a
Good.
conversation I had the other day. I've talked about it on this show. I was taught, and I think everybody should do this as long as you're a good driver. Always take the open spot on the highway. Don't leave too big of a spot. Take the open spot. You'll get where you're going to go, and
Correct.
other people, you won't piss people off. Don't check your fucking phones. Take the open spot and get where
Read
you're
your
going.
lanes. Read
Yes.
your lanes.
All right, go ahead.
That was the first thing my dad taught me.
I
He said, when there's
literally don't
traffic,
know what you guys are talking
read your
about.
That's
lanes.
fine. Don't worry about it.
I'm not a good driver.
We know
No,
this.
we know.
It's
Oh,
fine.
okay.
So go ahead. The Hollywood Bowl.
Open
So,
spot. Read your lane.
I am. There's traffic in this far left lane, so I get in the middle lane. And listen, the one thing I always do is use my turn signal because my biggest pet peeve in driving
Oh,
is
God,
people that
yes.
don't use
it.
their
I
turn
use
signal.
my turn signal.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
You know what to do. I told you what to do. If you pull up to
Yes.
somebody, you say tell them that their turn signal is broken.
Broken,
Right?
correct.
Yeah.
So I pull my turn signal. I like come back and this guy pulls up to me in a Nissan Xterra. It's yellow, and he's honking at me. And so I
there
roll
it
down
is.
my window, and he's
Yellow.
like, "Hey, it's gonna be terrible. You're driving like an asshole. You're driving
Scottish?
What's going on with your microphone?
Sorry,
too? Yeah.
you're driving like an asshole. You're speeding up. You're braking late. You're weaving lanes." And I was like, "Loved you in Braveheart, 1994." And he goes, 1995.
You said 94?
I think I said 94.
That's all right. He didn't know.
So and he goes, "What'd you say?" And I go, "Loved you in Braveheart." Loved it. And then the light turned green and I took off.
That's good. I like that. I like that. Or
I was pretty proud
or
of
you
that.
could have
Pretty
you
proud of
could have
that.
gone really obscure and be like, "It's mine." Mine.
It's my lane.
Mine. Well, good for you.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
Figured you'd appreciate
Yeah,
that one.
I do appreciate that one.
yeah.
Flower Princess, what are you looking at today? What's going on?
I seriously feel nauseous. I'm trying not to puke.
Does it
Why?
smell that bad in here too?
I have
the air
a
conditioner's
I
not
have
on
a
again.
really sensitive nose.
Yeah.
If you guys haven't learned
Sadie's
that,
is the same way.
yeah,
How
I-
did you
it's
not write the
insane.
pilot for the sniffer?
I don't know. I should have. Yeah, I have a
So,
freak
what was
nose.
that
but
noise?
one-
Sadie's got a freak nose too. Oh,
How did he get that?
I don't know.
an
I have
old
a
thing.
freak
idea.
nose, huh?
Yeah, I have a freak
You have a
nose,
freak
but
nose.
one
Sadie's got a freak nose too.
was that just now?
No.
That was a while
That was
back.
a different time we had
Different
that
time
going.
yeah. Do you know how much time? Do you remember times we've repeated the same shit over and over again? When you do a show, I thought about that because sometimes you tell a story and you go, "Did I ever tell that before?" And like these fuckers all the times like, "Here's Kristian talking about how he worked in WWE, and here's Kristian telling, oh, let me guess, you worked at Joe Silver." It's like you understand how much time I'm on this fucking show. I don't remember who I'm telling and who I'm not, but it's like, no, here we go, drink every time Macuga talks about Pittsburgh, you'd be dead.
Yeah.
Dead.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like what my friends
cares?
always make the joke like, "Did you swim in high school, Josh?" I'm like, "Yeah, I did," because I bring it up often.
Drink every time Reilly speaks, you'd be dead sober by the time.
There it is.
Yeah,
That's
so
a fun
we
drinking
did,
game.
We did get asked about this, and I didn't have an answer. Why don't you talk?
He's a mute.
I feel that when sometimes here, there are three big personalities. I
You're
don't
good.
get a lot of moments. You know?
Got to find your lane.
I find my lane.
Braveheart.
That's
spot.
exactly
We
right.
gotta weave in
I
and out.
look for my lane, and as if you've noticed, every once in a while, I'll get a nice zinger in there.
You do.
And I'll get something that gets everybody down. That's when I just...
That's
when I like
a
it,
little
yeah.
thing. I got to
So.
bring that back, by the way.
One of these.
What's that?
I used to do that on the stage. Say, like, I'd say, you want to win an argument?
Yeah.
After you win the argument, don't scream, okay?
No.
Nobody does that anymore.
Yeah, nobody does that.
Yeah. I had to get it
that
out.
would be
Sorry.
so annoying.
I know. That's what I love about
This
it.
is what
I've done it before. I've done it before in an argument with an ex-girlfriend.
That's so
and I said,
frustrating.
she's like, "Oh, are you happy now?" And I went,
Did she hate you after
"Oh,
that?
absolutely."
Okay, this is what I did growing up, and still to this day do that. My family fucking hates when one of them is being like bitchy or is fighting with me. I'll just stop and I like my sister Sky. I'll say, "Sky's in a mood. Sky's got to.
yeah.
She's really rude."
Oh, yeah.
And I'll just
Oh,
start
she hates
chanting
that.
it. And she-
People don't want happiness while they're pissed off.
and I'll sing and clap, and she's like, "Shut the fuck
That's
up!"
why you want to get someone really annoyed on the road. You don't scream back at them because that just engages.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you like if someone starts screaming at you, look, yes, and keep going. Yes, you just keep going.
I used to do, which I think is, it would piss me off when people start going. I was just go like, it's enough. Like
Yeah.
I do this.
Yeah.
Like,
You know what I did in an argument that with an ex that got me in a lot of trouble, but I was still very proud of myself. Going off on this point, I said, "I'm bored with this."
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, nicely done.
I said, "This is boring."
Yeah.
And she said, "Oh, is it?"
Right.
And well, needless to say, nothing behind the doors happened that night, except me sleeping on the couch.
I think I've said I've had enough of this, and I walked
Yeah,
away.
I'm done.
Shoot. So when I bartended at the bar here in LA, I was the only male employee, basically. It was all female bartenders.
Well, that's safe for them.
Yeah, it was great. I used to say, I make the drinks, you make the tips, because
Right.
they were the slowest bartenders in the world, and I ran around that bar like a madman.
Right.
Which was great, because so many guys came in to just throw money at them, and we split the tab. They didn't know that. And so sometimes I'd come in and just be mad. I would just be mad.
For no reason.
I mean, it's LA. I've got to walk into a bar. That's not what I want to be doing.
Right.
And then people are just fucking around. And I know it's a job. I know it's a bar, and it is what it is. But I'd be like, can you guys just do something? And they'd be like, oh, Macuga's, it's his time of the month. And I'm like, oh, that makes me so fucking
they'll
mad.
do it.
Because it was all girls. I was the
Right.
only dude.
Yeah, but imagine being told that when it actually is your time
I
of
know.
month.
Yes.
That's
so
not
much
even
worse.
worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A billion times
Right.
worse. I get
Because
that.
if someone
So
says it to you,
annoying.
what is it, your time? First of all, it's rude to say in the first place, but if it
Yeah.
is,
It is, then
then
it's
it's just
like-
like, fucker.
Yeah.
But I will tell you, the board thing, you know where I got it from?
What's it?
John Travolta. He said it in, I think, Saturday Night Fever. Come on, I'm bored. Best.
That's amazing.
Fucking best. You hear me, microphone? I'm talking to you, you little silly rat. He died.
In events.
The rat died.
God, I'm really worried that there's a dead
rat
animal in
died.
events now because
I
of
would
what you
say
said.
about
He was alive.
95%.
The rat died.
Or a
Although-
homeless man found his way up
He
there
was
to
alive.
live.
Maybe no, but I already
rat
said this to
died.
Roka. It doesn't smell like dead human.
The rat was alive.
Here's the other
Have
thing.
you smelled that human?
And then
Many
he died.
times.
Really?
Oh my
Where?
god, yeah.
He was eating
My whole
cheese.
life.
He didn't
This is
eat
why I
cheese.
don't talk.
He died.
So
Right
here.
here's the thing.
When have you smelled dead human? Did you work in a
Dead
mortuary?
human.
I worked at a hospital
Oh, you did. Got it.
for quite some time, and also I gave somebody CPR who died. And I was in the room when my mother died.
What?
So I've smelled many a dead humans. In the hospital I worked at was a children's hospital. So I've
But wait a
smelled
second.
all different.
When somebody dies, like right away, they have a smell?
Well, usually when you die, so like
You evacuate.
depends where you die. So
Okay.
somebody has to
dark.
come and somebody has to get you,
Right.
and that takes a little bit of time.
Right.
And there's like a
Systems are shutting
era.
down, yeah.
Yeah.
100%. And
Yeah.
also a lot of
Interesting.
times you defecate.
Right.
So
Yeah.
That's why I
but,
said evacuate.
not what I was going to say though. What I
No,
was
we
gonna
went a different
I was
path.
gonna
You talking
say-
about you didn't just take the lane. You just went. I'm going that road instead.
She
Well,
made her
what I
own
was-
lane.
Love you in Braveheart.
Yeah.
Let me go back to the other lane, though.
Please.
Our one saving grace is that the kitchen smelt the worst.
Oh.
So it also could just be like
The kitchen.
Drained.
dead protein
Shake.
that hadn't been cooked in the sink and hasn't been,
Cleaned.
So
Yeah, all right,
I
well,
brought
good.
it back around, guys. I brought it full
Good for you.
circle.
All right, it's 10:15 and we're
Always
still.
keeping it light.
Let's talk about what is this?
Sorry,
What's
Cody.
this Popeyes employee faces? What is
Oh,
this?
yeah.
What is this? Tell me about this.
So this Popeye employee faces armed would-be customer over. Remember the chicken sandwiches that everybody was losing their mind over?
I
at
remember the
Popeyes?
chicken that jumped off the plate.
Oh,
That was
Yeah.
fucking psycho.
Crazy. I thought it was going to happen when we went to Benihana. I thought it was going to happen. I was
Why?
hoping.
Now we're
I just
talking.
wanted it to happen.
Oh.
Yeah. All right, go ahead.
That one time you didn't invite me to Benihana when we were in the same city.
That's true.
gross.
Okay.
Yeah, you wouldn't
No.
have- you were getting dressed.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's that time of month, huh?
Yeah.
Were you getting dressed?
No, it's not. It's not why you think. It's because you're a woman. All right, go ahead.
Oh, got it. I was confused. I thought it was because it was me. But it was kind of a woman.
So Popeyes had the very popular chicken sandwiches that they released, and it was sold out everywhere, and
Okay.
people were lining up around the corner. So somebody decided to try to get
Rob.
one with a
gun. Okay, so
armed robbery.
What happened? That's it. So they tried
Mob
it.
of 2 women, 3. Oh, it went by.
They just wanted the sandwich. They didn't want money. They wanted a sandwich. That was it.
That was it.
It's an interesting.
It was
really
more of
way
an
to go to jail.
aggravated assault because he was displaying a weapon and threatened employees. And this is the Houston. In Houston.
Oh man.
Makes sense.
Yeah, see, I
Interesting.
understand if you're going to Scorchies, Torchies, whatever the fuck it's called. If you go there and they don't have that sauce, then I get it. But not for this.
I don't really understand.
The love of chicken sandwich.
No, the theft of one chicken.
Sandwich.
Yeah.
So is
Doesn't
that
make-
good?
This is, yesterday,
Apparently so.
I went to Soho House and I lost my valet ticket, and so I said, describe my car, and they make you fill out like now they take your license, all this stuff, and I said, what happened? They said somebody stole a car, and I said,
shit.
no offense, but if I'm gonna steal a car, I'm not gonna take my Volkswagen.
Right,
like
true.
I'm
Yeah.
100%
You
gonna
dropped
like
the ball.
look at what
you
all those.
dropped the ball at Soho House yesterday.
What happened?
Why didn't you wear that at the Soho House? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Well,
Should've
because I
went.
blend in with the
Yeah, you kidding me? This is like perfect Soho House attire.
Thanks, instead of
Kinda
wearing my
dropped the ball.
workout outfit.
Yeah.
So
Unfortunate chain of
Is there a
events. I
gym
guess.
there?
yeah, no, but the one downtown that's opening is gonna have a gym.
That's right next to Moo Moo.
All right.
Oh,
But Amanda's not working there anymore.
what happened?
Oh, she's just moving on. She's going to a different job.
moving? All right.
Yeah.
Great.
Well, we're gonna moo right over to the next story here, which is
You're
the rise
doing great
and fall.
with segues today.
I thank you so much, Roxy Striar. There's something broken in my brain. The rise and fall of the Jeremy Renner app. What is this nonsense?
So Jeremy Renner created his own app.
Nice.
And it was like a place where he was saying, you can get in touch with me. You can, and there's a kind of a currency where you can buy stars.
Oh.
It's some weird kind of thing. So, but
I
it
can
was,
see the pitch though in the meeting.
Yes.
It's going to take over Twitter.
it's kind of like, yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah. You like arrows?
That's the marketing.
That's going to be
That's
on the
marketing
app.
campaign. It's just his face on an arrow going flying through. Join the Jeremy Renner app.
Yeah. So basically,
So it's like Renee Zellweger on that show.
that's the
That's
greatest
good.
sound effect.
Yeah.
So like anything online,
Yes.
people and trolls got a hold of this thing, so he basically had to shut it down because people realized, this one guy realized that the algorithm was set up that when people commented, it would turn into like Jeremy Renner was commenting.
Mm-hmm.
But it was this weird thing, so people started to abuse it. It started to be toxic. People were impersonating, doing all these different things. Like, basically, it turned into Twitter.
It was a disaster.
It was a disaster, so he pulled it.
You know, what's interesting though, and I don't know Jeremy Renner. I don't know Jeremy Renner at all, but the only people who have apps that work so far seem to be the Kardashian Jenners, right?
What do they have?
They've
What do
got
they have? DoorDash.
no, it was called Kylie. It was like the #1 app or whatever. I don't know. I don't have it, but all my friends use the Jenner Kardashian apps.
What did it do?
Like similar, but also like makeup stuff and
Do that again.
makeup
stuff.
stuff.
So this is what
I
it
don't know
says.
because I don't like. I'm not in touch with that side of my femininity.
But-
so
Makeup stuff?
No, just like the
Jenner
the
stuff.
rock on, but like I don't.
That's not your jam.
Yeah, it's not my jam.
All right, this is what this thing was all about. The app, the Jeremy Renner on Google Play and Jeremy Renner official in the Apple App Store debuted in March 2017, promising a deeper look into the life of Mr. Renner, according to a news release. I'm always looking for new ways to connect directly with my fans all over the world and in my own shared environment, Mr. Renner said in the statement, striking a decidedly human tone. I don't know. It's just like a high priced Facebook.
Right.
Looks
So
like.
this
Yeah.
is what I was just getting at, though. So it worked with the Kardashian Jenners, right? I feel like a lot of times when you get to a certain level as celebrity, the people around you
Start
tell
pitching.
you that you are the #1 celebrity
Right.
in the world.
Right.
And
You
it's,
really popped at Endgame. People are talking about you now.
yeah,
Finally.
and it's smart to do because you want them to feel confident. You want them to feel successful going into their future endeavors and projects.
Right.
But I feel like for Jeremy Renner to think a Jeremy Renner app was going to be a massive hit, the people around him are not being honest
It
with
just
him.
depends on what the goals were.
Well,
if they're like, hey, we want to sell, we want
But it's
this thing to make $30,000. All right, fine. Then it made
Fine,
$30,000.
right. But I feel
it's not
like
gonna take over the world.
It was
Yeah.
like that credit card that Billy McFarland started for the Fire Fest. Like it was just like a metal credit
Right.
card that wasn't good for anything.
Right.
Like it didn't do anything.
Well,
Right.
look, the bottom line is it gave us something to talk about on the show.
So Jeremy Renner also is a singer. I don't know if you guys know
No,
that.
yeah, he's in a band,
He's in a
right?
band, and he also he had one of his songs was on a Jeep commercial. That was his song. Yeah, we haven't heard that one in a
Back
while.
up the booty.
God.
Yes, because Cody hasn't been here.
I know.
Yeah.
He played the song was like during a Jeep commercial. So then, obviously, as soon as that comes on, Amanda's like, I'm gonna go listen to this guy's music, see what it's like. It's not.
Is it terrible?
It's not terrible, but it's just. I don't know what it's like. Jonas Brothery, but also like rocky
interesting.
boy band. I don't know.
Bullwinkle?
It wasn't very. It was.
You know whose song? It was an album because that would be unfair to lie to myself to say it was a full album. But one song I would listen to was from the Strange Days soundtrack.
Okay.
Juliet
Ooh.
Lewis. Juliet Lewis.
I know this song.
I can find the way. I don't remember the fucking name of the
Back
song.
at
Hardly
turn.
Wait. I can hardly wait. I think it was called.
Oh, it sounded like you were
Juliet Lewis,
singing Turn Back Time.
Hardly Wait. No, it's Hardly Wait. Strange Days. I thought because she's a musician.
Yeah.
Not a magician, but a musician. And
We don't know.
we could have a musician. Fuck you.
Magician.
It's an illusion.
Do you know?
Fuck you.
Cody, were you on the show when we were able to find out finally that Roxy Striar has come around and that she loves The Magician?
I do love the magician.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy? Remember how much she hated it?
Yeah.
She
Well,
hated
she'll
it.
never love the fireworks hammer.
No.
But she
No.
does love the
No,
magician.
The Magician, because she gets The Magician.
Yeah, I get it
You
now.
get it now.
I get it now.
Yeah, it's not.
Man.
Yeah.
If you
It
want
took a
joy in
while.
your life, watch that Fire Hammer.
I'm
Just watch that
obsessed
thing.
with the Ali G, Family Guy, all of the. When you repeat it so much that it's finally funny, that's my whole world.
By the way, speaking of Ali G and Sacha Baron Cohen, what's this
man.
show? This
I haven't-
I watched 3 episodes last
Is it
night.
great?
I
I
haven't
Incredible.
watched it yet. It's on Netflix.
Yeah, it's on
Fan-
Netflix. So
friggin'
listen,
fantastic.
It's 1960s Middle East.
he's been looking to do like serious
Serious.
drama for a while. He was. He was the one that wanted to play Freddie Mercury,
Yeah.
right? So
He was cast.
Yeah, he was
he
attached
was,
for a
and
long
then
time.
he took off because of the
He
just
wanted
couldn't
more
come.
gay stuff.
He
like,
wanted a lot more. He wanted to get more into. He what everybody complained about the movie is what he ultimately was complaining about that the movie didn't have. So he took off, and they said no, we want to make it more like a behind the music type thing. It's ultimately what it became. But he looks great in this movie. And when if anybody was looking at him and going, oh my God, how's Ali G? The level of commitment and the shit that he did for Borat and everything else, I have no doubt that this guy could be an Oscar-winning actor.
Dude, in the first episode, I forgot that it was Sacha Baron
Yeah, I'm
Cohen.
telling you, man. I'm telling
He's
you, like
really
he's
good.
no joke. He's
Yeah.
he's a very, very talented dude. To be able to take a
He's been in
character,
other things also.
100%. He's a guy again, you take Borat or any of those characters. When you stick them, whether or not some of it was planted or not, but the majority, like a lot of it, let's say it wasn't, right? Especially Borat. He never broke.
Yeah.
And he seemed like he was. I mean, it didn't seem like a comedian. It seemed like this.
He was the
He
dude.
fooled politicians
Yes.
into
Oh,
believing that he
God.
was this dumb English dude.
I mean, look at Who Is America.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
Do you
Like,
guys prefer him or Chris Lilly?
who?
Oh, him. Chris
Really?
Lilly is like Summer Heights High, the Australian guy.
I don't even know who he is. So
Yeah.
He does like
you didn't watch Summer Heights High? Kristian.
Summer Heights High is pretty genius.
It's-
After that, it was pretty much
Yeah,
the
the
same
rest
thing
of them
over
are
and over.
awful, but Summer Heights High is legitimately
good?
one of the best. Oh
Legendary.
my God.
Yeah.
I've never seen it. But,
Did you like the Ali G show?
loved it.
So you'll love Summer Heights High.
Yeah,
I
'cause he plays all the characters.
We used to have when Ali G show came out. We used to have. I don't know if you came over for these, Riley, but we used to have like these parties at my house just to
For
watch
Ali
it.
G?
Yeah, because it was.
It
never
was my
laughed-
favorite,
Dude, I
too.
laughed so hard. Some of the shit that he was. It was like Dagnino would come over every week. We
There
watch
isn't
it.
a comedy that I could say that would be more in your wheelhouse than Ali G.
Do you
I
like-
don't know
No,
a comedy. That's you.
It's me. I
Ali
love-
G, Bruno, or Borat?
Borat. Borat then Ali G.
The first time I
Mine's
saw
Ali G.
the
Yeah.
Borat movie, I thought to myself, like,
What
this is
is-
perfect.
Yeah.
This
What
is perfect.
is evolution?
But
If a brother too poor to use a condom, can he use a Dorito bag?
Yeah, I'm telling you, and
No, Ali G,
Oh,
you can't use a Dorito bag, you silly goose.
I love that show. It was one of my favorite shows. I loved it.
Amazing, me too.
Yeah,
It's
so
great.
I'm glad. I'm glad that he's doing this because he's
Me too.
he's a very, very talented dude.
I highly,
I
highly
will
You know what? I
watch
also
it.
give him a lot of respect too. At the Oscars, I was there for Fandango, and he was there, and he was with his wife, obviously, Isla Fisher, and she shows up.
I think it's Isla.
Yeah, I thought it was Isla.
I think it's Isla, but you said it quickly enough that nobody would have known.
Okay. Well, this says Isla.
It's,
I
it's
think
related to
Igla.
Igla.
Isla Igla.
Also, I was thinking about it.
Hello, this is my friend. Who is it? This is Isla, and her friend Isla Igla.
I feel like it might be Igla.
Let's say it's let's
No,
for-
not Isla.
Oh,
not
Jonathan
Isla.
Isla?
Isla. Yeah,
let's
I don't
let's
know.
say her name is Isla. Everyone's right. It's Isla. So Isla and Sacha are there, and we're interviewing him, and we're asking him. He's like, and he directs it so politely, like a great husband. He goes, "My wife's working on a lot of stuff too right now. She's got this going on," and he was the one that was supposed to be featured on it, and she's got because he didn't want her just standing there. He wanted her part of the interview, and I was like, I remember thinking.
That's cool.
That's a good dude.
Yeah,
like he's just
totally.
like, making sure. I mean, because obviously we're going to talk to her anyway. It's
Yeah.
Isla Fisher.
Yeah.
But the fact that he wanted to make it sure that it was about both.
Yeah.
And that let's get her in on the conversation too.
I didn't know they were married.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Until right now?
Yeah,
Oh, all right.
I never know this stuff. Like the
You
Jamie-
always know it.
No, the
You're
Jamie
the one that always says,
Foxx-
"Oh, wait, you didn't know that."
Well, not this stuff. Like the Jamie Foxx, Katie
Katie
Holmes one. That
right over your head.
Oh my God!
Right.
And John Roca could not have given me more shit about that.
Why are you blinking so much?
Am I?
What
A
happened?
little bit of blinking.
That one wasn't. That wasn't like a. That wasn't. Yeah.
So project that a little bit,
Now
Blinken.
I'm really self-conscious about my blinking.
No, but that wasn't one of those
Yeah, but
things.
now I'm
where
trying to
it's-
keep 'em open.
But you went like
I
this
was, like,
when you were telling you
twitching.
like John Roca gave me a lot of stuff.
Honestly, I'm really struggling in here right now.
It stinks like an old asshole.
Your eyeballs are trying to close.
Well, my nose is.
Did somebody
shutting
take out
down.
all the trash this morning? Like in order?
We don't
Who
know.
knows?
Well, I did see
We
a ton of
don't know.
cleaning supplies out, so I do feel like somebody is aware of the issue.
When you walk into the office and you think something stinks, it stinks. It stinks. When you think something's dead and you walk into the office and it stinks, It stinks. I said, clean up the shit. Clean up the shit. Something fucking stinks in here.
Roxy, blink.
Perfect. All right. It's one of those shows,
New
ladies
hit
and
song
gentlemen.
from Collider Live.
That's right. Collider Live, the best show on the YouTube. I said Collider Live. Should do like Bob Dylan. Do a Bob Dylan version.
Yeah, good.
Is it was in the Collider is in the life. Is in a bit of the show on the YouTube. They say they're calling back because they want to get Reilly involved.
Yeah.
Really good.
Thank
Worked
you,
in my Twitter handle. I like that.
Wheels and wheels and ran a wheel.
Cody, does it look like somebody's emptying all the trash out there? Have we found out if the trash is the problem?
I can't see anything.
Is Alex here?
Cody, who had less sleep last night, me or you?
How much did you get?
Not a lot.
I got about like 4 or 5 hours.
Whoa, Cody,
I think
crushing that new dad life.
I think you beat me here because I had a little bit. I went to bed a little early, but oh man, the 2-year-old, she is something.
Yeah.
She fell asleep, let her do the cry it out first, and then she woke up. She likes, the problem is she's in the room with the 8-year-old now. And so now
They
if
have
we
to
let-
share a room?
for right
For
now.
right now?
Yeah, don't judge me, Reilly.
Yeah, that
yeah.
was literally.
That was a judge.
Oh my god.
That was a judge.
Total
It's your
judgment.
friend,
It was a judge.
Riley.
Yeah,
You poor
Jesus,
bastard. Why don't you let him in? Or let him sleep in the
I
garage.
think you're making it
for
a
now.
little too much of a big deal. there.
I don't know.
I think you can
Real
move on.
dick.
Do you-
I-
are you looking for content right
so
now?
That was your
Yes.
time to pick your moment, was to insult one of your best
I
friends?
certainly could not afford a 2-bedroom right now.
Thank you
I
so
could
much.
not have anybody in any other room.
Man, Riley, you are a
You're
real
really
piece
stepping
of
in
shit.
it. You're really stepping in it.
Yeah,
You are wrong.
it's pretty much that.
Okay.
If you're looking for another soundbite, I'm fucking ready.
Anyway, so Cody, she kept waking me up and crying. She's 2, but the little one's keeping you up. And what's going on? Do you have to
Just
rock her to sleep
feeding,
or
probably, right?
feed the bottles, get the bottles ready?
Yeah, we do the bottle thing. We
Yeah.
usually trade off
Yeah.
shifts. Like you do that one.
What's
I'll
the
do
bottle
next
thing?
one.
So
It's a bottle.
Yeah, well, that's a
Oh, you pump and dump.
more or less. More or less. Yeah.
I knew the
Cody's
that.
like, it's a bottle.
Yeah, yeah. But it is. You're right. So it's
Yeah.
like it's just, you stay there.
So wait, still no booze then?
Well, no, not if she's feeding,
Pump and
unless they're putting
dumping,
unless
yeah.
it's formula. I'm not going to get specific on that for him. That's his.
Well,
business.
people, if
Oh,
they drink,
really?
they pump and dump. That's the cycle.
That
Why
just
can't
depends.
you? Why it's rude to ask somebody formula?
You don't want to get it. He's going to talk about whether his wife's feeding or putting or
Oh,
doing
I didn't know
formula.
that was-
Cody.
I mean, it's up to him. If he wants to talk about
Does
it. but-
Taco Bell help breast milk, or is it
What's
bad
Brett
for
milk?
Breast
Brett,
milk?
Brett
Ew.
goes to the store and goes, "Here you go."
Special milk
Yeah.
from Brett.
Speaking of
I
which,
had no idea that was inappropriate.
Speaking of which, Brett Sheridan, myself, and Mark Ellis, today, 2 p.m. PST, after this wonderful show goes off the air, at 2 p.m. PST on the Schmodown channel. Please come over and join us. We're
On
doing
the
a
YouTube channel or on the
the
Patreon?
YouTube channel.
Okay.
The YouTube channel. We're doing a
What you
live
gonna
stream.
do? Get in the car right from here and go set up?
Yes, the place is set up. We are going to. There's a lot of announcements we're going to be making. So we're going to be having myself, Brett Sheridan, Mark Ellis will be on the live stream today, 2 p.m. PST. Please join us, and we hope you enjoy said announcements. The other thing is the other announcement
Give
that
us
we
a
made.
tease. I want to hear what you're going to talk about.
So the other
The best was
announcement.
when Mark was like, "Oh yeah, yesterday
I committed to that.
Yeah, I committed to that.
He was one of the ones who came up with the idea. But anyway, but we
He's such a jokester. We like him because he tells his jokes, but he's such a jokester. Sometimes you want him to be serious, and he doesn't do it. It's like he's got a rubber chicken just tucked in his armpit.
What
in
happened
his
with
butt.
Jessica?
Oh, we can't tell that story.
Oh.
Because you ruined it. Because you guessed her fucking real name.
Yeah, it's impossible.
Yeah. So anyway, we're going to now get into the other announcement that we made. We talked about it. You talked about it brilliantly yesterday. Is the opportunity that we had on for Orlando. Nope. We're going to be doing a show on
I
October
heard
19th.
Alex talking. I feel like he ruined that one
Yeah,
for
they're
us.
probably talking, having their little bits.
Yeah.
October 19th, we're going to be doing a show there. And once we hit 500 tickets, we are going to... Stop it, you fucking rat. 500 tickets. Can't even... listen, I'm going to promote this fucking thing. It'll be the whole show, Cody. You want to talk about Orlando for the whole show?
Every time he plays it, start over.
All right. So we're going to Orlando on October 19th. Let everybody know we're going to Orlando on October 19th. If you didn't know, on October 19th, we're going to Orlando. I have a really big announcement. On October 19th, we're going to Orlando.
No way.
I don't know if you know this, Roxy, but on October 19th, we're going to Orlando.
Can I come?
Would you like to come to Orlando? Because on October 19th, we're going to be... All right, you fucker.
Every time.
We're going to Florida on October 19th. No. You can't break your own rules. You can't break your own rules. October 19th, we're going to Florida.
What part?
We're going somewhere about 2 hours away from Tampa, and
It's near Disney.
It's near Disney. So anyway, if you 500 tickets. Once we get there, it's going to be a contest that happens, and you will be automatically in a raffle. We're going to take 4 people to compete in the pre-show, most likely hosted by a Macuga and a Brad Gilmore, apparently, who's going to be there.
Nice.
And they will conduct this fatal 4-way. Winner of that will get a free trip to Los Angeles, hotel, flight, and be able to compete in the Schmodown. Not only that, you get to choose any manager of your choosing, but it's once we hit 500 tickets. We're almost like 300 right now. So, but like I said, it's not. We're still gonna have a great show. I mean, Founding Fathers going for the titles against Corruption, the main event.
That's
the
gonna be great.
singles tournament will also be the finale of the singles tournament will be there. So it's gonna be a hell of a card anyway. And there's a new stipulation. If you're on Patreon, you know what the stipulation is now with the Founding Fathers match. I can't say it yet because it hasn't aired, but there's a new stipulation that was also added. So it's like a mini spectacular.
Shit.
Yeah.
I want to.
Is it? Wait, it's Roca and Merle, the founding fathers. Right?
Roca
Wild
and Merle
Bears lost
versus-
to them.
Yes, and Corruption, right? Oh, you didn't play
We
Corruption.
never played
Right,
Corruption.
right.
I don't know who
I
that
played
is, and I
Corruption.
don't really like them.
Chance and Count.
Chance
Oh, I
and
like
What
Kalinowski.
happened?
Yeah.
I love
yeah.
Kalinowski.
I do. I like him. I'm a
big
Kalinowski.
fan.
I
I'm a
don't
big
like
fan.
corruption. Mike is corruption.
Yeah, I like him.
KO.
He's a great dude. I think Kalinowski is great for the league.
How
I
do you
think
feel
he's
about Chance?
a great human being.
Yeah.
His mama took one, and so I will root for Corruption against anybody and everybody
Yeah.
because I like Mike Kalinowski. I think he's a hell of a guy. He's a great roommate in New York. I think he's a genuinely good human being.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's great at trivia. He works hard. He keeps outfits in weird bins and is
does.
stored in an
It's
apartment
true.
somewhere.
Yeah.
He
You're
tries
on
really
mannequin
hard.
standing up, to be honest.
I like
Oh,
one of the
nice.
highlights was he keeps outfits in weird bins.
Yeah.
That's a good. That's a good
Well, it's gonna
addition
be
to the
it's gonna be
resume.
a hell of an event. Yes.
I want to go.
I'm going to throw this out there. I'm going to throw this out. Like I said yesterday.
No.
It was like it struggled.
It's because of the.
It struggled.
I
It
like
was coming out
watched
and-
the dead rat come through your
It was
mouth.
struggled. It was like the rat went through a gate and just
Think
lost
you could
half
be
his
a
ass,
squirrel? The squirrel's following you.
and he died. Fuck him.
Let me ask you.
Listen, okay, so
question
we
first, your
do the fatal 4-way, right? Possibly hosted by me, whatever. Winner of that gets 10 questions against me.
Ooh.
Brad Gilmore reads them.
How much time do you think we have at this thing?
No, I'm just saying, dude.
Oh,
Glass
I will
Joe
tell you
gets in the
this.
ring. They got to play an actual
They
competitor.
are going to play. Well,
That was my question. Who do they play when they come back to LA?
Like you said, I'm your Arturo Gotti. Let me get
Maybe
in
they
a fight.
play.
Maybe
they
5
play,
questions.
Maybe they play you for their debut match.
Oh,
in LA.
Snap. Well, they got to pick somebody, and they're going to want to pick somebody.
No,
that,
they're going to pick a manager.
oh,
Which is
a
me.
manager.
Which is
I
me,
pick
which
who
is
they
why
play.
I should be in Orlando anyway.
Yeah. Well, maybe.
Roxy, we've been over this. You're
But you-
not allowed in the state
That
of
was it.
Florida.
Who plays when they
All right, so
when they come to
that's
LA?
it. I do have one more thing that I want to talk about that I saw in the Facebook group yesterday.
What is it?
On the Schmodown group. I don't know if you guys saw this. People laying into the champ, Oyama.
Yeah.
Really laying into him.
Yeah.
Oh, Yama, poor guy.
I got to tell you, there's two things. There's two things with it though.
that worked pretty good, yeah. That was great.
I'm on two sides of this. This
Okay.
Oyama thing.
How many sides are there?
Two.
Oh.
So and I'm on both of them.
Mm-hmm.
So if you go to the post, the kid that posted it, basically, I thought it was a fine post, and he just basically said that he didn't think that Oyama he thought Oyama had a very easy route to get to the championship, and didn't think that he earned the business to be called champion.
I will say this. I agree with the kid because he played me.
But that's what he said, and he said, well, he played 2 rookies and Macuga, right, to
Right.
get there. But he beat Dan Murrow,
Beat Dan Murrow.
defended against Jeff Snyder. I don't care how he did it.
In a live
win
show.
is a win. A win is a win, and he strategized to do it. Now, has his attitude been? He's 22 years old. Has his attitude been great behind the scenes? No, I don't think it has been. And I think that I just think that he's one of these kids that he's been watching the show for a long time. And I think he comes in, he wants to kind of, it's like going into prison and punching the big guy in the nose, say, hey, I'm tough. But it maybe plays poorly, okay? I think that some people are very harsh and tough on the kid. And I think there's other
On
ways.
the kid or Oyama?
Oyama being
okay.
Being a kid.
22 years
I
old.
just didn't know because you're talking about new people coming in
Yeah.
the league, so because nobody's been harsh on the kid.
But I think-
everybody likes the kid.
The kid,
Yeah.
right? But I think that Oyama has earned his spot as far as knowledge goes, and what I will tell you, what he did. A lot of people, pros in general here, would have been shook after missing all 3 questions in that 5th round, and he wasn't. He shook it off, and he won the match. Now, how did he handle himself afterwards? I wasn't there for what happened.
Wait, let me ask you something. How does he handle himself and recover when the match is over? He lost. He didn't answer all 3 questions.
He
so
recovered.
so he just sat there.
But
and it was up to Snyder.
What I'm saying is he recovered in
No,
sudden
he
death.
asked a sudden death.
When he
got
got-
Oh,
sudden
there was
death
a sudden.
session,
Oh,
yeah.
that's
He
right.
was in
That's
sudden
right.
death.
That's
So
right.
when
I
he
have
was
a
in
few
sudden
things.
death, Snyder didn't blow it in the end. It went to sudden death. And
Got it, got it, got it.
Other kids were, oh my God, am I going to miss it too? Am I going to rattle?
I see.
For a rookie, it was pretty good.
A couple of things. I think you're right. I think he came in trying to be like tough guy, and also I think back to when I was 22, and like, I mean,
What
I
did
think
you do?
that,
What did you say?
that's when you guys were meeting
Yeah.
me, and I was a completely different person,
Right.
like a nightmare, and oh fuck this, and I don't care, whatever.
And he was thrown into the spotlight.
Yeah,
he was
but
thrown into it.
but he wasn't. He asked for this.
True.
You know, this is the life he chose. So we can't really feel bad for him when then he acts like a dick, and he's called out on it. And I don't think he particularly likes that. But the problem is,
I don't think he cares.
I
don't think
I
he cares.
do.
You think he does?
Yeah, because when I got off stage, he had been talked to by Smets,
Okay.
and Janine had said something on a live stream. He apologized to me, which I thought was kind, but he didn't even know he had done.
So maybe he's awkward. Maybe he's just awkward.
I think he is a little awkward, but I also think this, and I will give him this. The game is the game, and things happen all the time. People have easier roads than other people. When do they know who is the team champs right now?
Yes.
Everybody knows. Okay, so truthfully, how many times has KO beaten the Shire Wolves?
Once.
And how many times did the Odd Couple beat the Shire Wolves?
Right, once.
And who gets to keep the belt?
Right.
Because we had to play them twice. Sometimes that happens.
Right.
And that's the game.
Right,
And
right.
that doesn't mean that they are any less champs than they are champs now.
Right.
It just
happens
It just
that way.
happens.
No, I
so
get
for
it.
him, his road was his road,
It
and
was
that's
his road.
fine.
Well, because that
He's
was
still
and that was the
champ.
part of it. People were like, "Well, why didn't he play
Yeah.
this person? Wasn't available." Reilly was in the middle of playing Snyder at that point. There are other things that were happening that he got the road and played who he was supposed to play and won who.
It happens literally all the
Who he
time.
was supposed
It's
to
not
beat.
like he requested, like,
No.
dear Kristian,
His
please
road-
give me.
There's two arguments. It's the road. He beat everybody in front of him, and he knows his shit, and he's really good. Here's the promoter side of me. I don't care if everybody likes him. I don't care. Like if he likes to compete and he's really good, and he made Jeff Snyder, Hulk Hogan, 1985. Jeff Snyder has been being booed in this league since the day he arrived in this league.
Who made him?
What's that?
I don't know if it was all Oyama that made him.
You absolutely brought a thing to, but you're a heel too. And the fact that like when you guys are walking into that room, it should be if you're playing against Dan Murrell, you and Snyder, you guys are getting booed.
Yeah.
If you're playing against even Roca or Reilly, you're getting booed. That place, it was like The Rock showed up when Snyder walked down because the promoting side of this thing is people now want to see this kid lose, but he's going. It's like the Patriots. He's going, fuck you. I'm not going to lose. So he's great for the league. I think he's phenomenal for the league, and I
is good.
can't wait
I
to
agree.
see who he's going to
I
play.
think he's okay. I think that he's got some work to do because, like, who I think's great for the league is Smets.
Totally.
Who's amazing.
Different reasons.
Yeah.
People
we'll
root
see.
for Smets.
We'll see. We'll see what ends up happening. I think that Oyama's fine enough. Same thing with Chance, by the way. I feel like they both have a lot of growing up to do,
Sure.
which makes
22
sense
years
because
old.
they're children.
Yeah, and Chance is 21.
Have the team brackets been announced yet?
No, they're going to be announced very soon. But
'Cause
anyway,
I'd
so
love to take him.
the singles tournament is
I don't think he's as good as people think he is.
Yeah.
He did not play that well against Snyder. Snyder just ended up doing it.
people said the same
more
thing
poorly.
against with the Patriots. They won 9 in a row. This kid's already won 6 in a row in
I
his
mean, when
rookie season.
he beat me, he TKO'd me. It's fine. But I got the hands down worst questions in the history of coming of age movies.
That's the game.
That's the game.
Oh,
Kid
coming
is,
of
the kid
age.
is, he got 3 hard questions against Snyder. He's 6-0. That's very. No one has ever gone 6-0 in
No,
a season.
I'm not saying he's not good. I just don't think he's unbeatable.
All right. Well, moving on. So anyway, if you want to go check out that post, it's in the Facebook group. You
You
can
figure out like a good pun to start his name. Everyone's like, it's gonna be a no Yama for me, or like bro Yama, ho Yama,
Figure it out.
glow Yama, slow Yama.
Well, Snyder
Kaiser,
keeps calling him
Kaiser
Yo
said
Mama.
it best. Kaiser,
Oh, Yo
I talked to
Mama?
Kaiser this morning. He's like, if people are talking about you, you're doing something right. All right. What's
Oh my God.
What's next?
So you want news?
Yeah, I want news.
Here we go. All right, so let's start this. Josh Macuga, we're getting a remake of Face Off.
Yes.
You like this?
I do. Of
Do
course.
you really?
Yeah.
You're the
this
only
is-
person I've heard that's liked this.
How are you going to recreate lightning in a bottle?
It depends on who you
Okay.
get.
Let me
It
tell you a
depends on who
little
you get, but
something.
I don't disagree with you, Riley. Just that you got to get the perfect cast and the perfect
Yeah.
director, or you're going to be looking for some shit.
The first Face Off is the silliest, most ridiculously absurd.
Off.
Yeah.
What are the chances they take Cage's son?
I mean, the entire
Zero.
Yeah.
the entire plot line of the entire plot line of Face Off could have easily been solved by not having them do what they did. Literally.
It's very true.
Easily.
Right, like 100%. Like there was
Absolutely.
so much that could have been done in order to make this
Within
happen.
seconds, yeah.
like you tell the prison guards.
Right.
That's who.
Yeah, but we're talking about a '90s action movie
Correct.
here.
Yeah, I mean it is, and it's John Woo.
It's
so
intense nonsense.
Yes, it's intense nonsense. But here's the thing: it's probably it's either going to be. It's either going to be absurd or like a script is going to come in and this is never going to get made because of how absurd, like you said, lightning in a bottle,
Right.
Face Off. Like, yeah, the opening scene when he is doing his priest dance around those girls singing in the chorus is the most absurd.
It's absurd.
action. Like,
Well, Nicolas Cage made that movie.
I know he did.
He made that movie.
So who
So
is
did
who
Travolta,
is the
man.
Travolta's great.
2019
Yeah.
Nicolas Cage?
What's going to happen? And I
Dax
never.
Shepard, no.
No, it's going to be The Rock again, probably.
You think it'd be like The Rock?
Probably.
And
I
who
don't
else?
mind The Rock.
It's
Yeah.
okay. Put this in. It's
I love
it's
The
the
Rock.
Fast and Furious
Yeah.
producer Neil Moritz. So we're having that. He's coming in
The
with,
Rock
with
and
that
Vin
kind
Diesel?
of.
He would never do it.
Oh
He'd
God.
never do it.
Yeah, that's good. Though.
Why?
That's
They
good.
don't get along.
Yeah.
Oh, he would never do it if The Rock was doing it.
I don't think The Rock. Either way.
Both sides.
Either way. It
Yeah.
just would be two. I mean, they've already had their.
But you think each of them would do it, just not if the other one.
Maybe. I mean, yeah. I don't think I'd want to see Vin Diesel. I would much rather like.
But here's the thing:
Yeah.
everybody knows about the feud, at least in our circles and the cinematic
Yeah.
circles.
It would be fun. Yeah.
Be
I
a
know.
hysterical thing.
I
to,
want,
like,
but I'd
rip
want to
their face
see.
off and
I'd
come at
want to
each other.
see it that The Rock basically is the Travolta character. You know, where The Rock starts off as the good cop and then has to be the bad guy.
What if it's like Michelle Rodriguez and somebody like? What if it's women face off?
They could potentially do that also.
The problem with it is that like we're
If
in
there's a
this.
story for it,
Right.
I just feel like
What if it's a three-way face off and you're just like putting
It's
different
too
faces
much.
on different?
It's too much.
throuple?
That's what I'm worried about, though. By the way, because they're going to start doing
That.
technology stuff, and it's also and they're going to start doing CGI shit, and it's like no,
This
just
deep
just-
fake stuff.
Yeah, like that kind of stuff. No, really,
It could be.
It could,
Could
be.
be.
And it's like I don't know.
I don't know how. There's really no like plot details
Yeah.
on like how they're doing this, or even casting. And a lot of people, Twitter is going crazy with like, "Hey, what about these two? What about these two?"
Jeff
By the
Snyder
way,
started it.
I
It
was-
was he had
yeah,
a good
he
tweet.
saw that.
who were the ones he wanted?
I don't know who did he start with.
Where's Snyder? Is he here?
I don't think he's here. I haven't seen him in
Yeah.
years.
Is
I
he
feel
here?
like we
I don't
could
think
go
he's in,
younger than what you guys are talking about.
Michael B. Jordan.
That's who I was thinking.
Yeah.
Michael B.
He'd be
Jordan,
good.
Miles Teller, or something
It
like.
can't be black and white.
Okay, well.
Can
then-
it?
no,
I mean, like,
I
unless
don't,
they're doing
I
a
don't know.
technology
Unless, yeah,
thing.
I don't know.
Because then you're gonna have to
Change the whole body.
Thanks.
It's
Yeah,
not
and-
face off.
Yeah,
it's body
no,
off.
you're,
It's
yeah,
body
you're
off.
right.
Yeah.
You're
Right.
right. That's a good
You
point.
gotta like rip his whole skin off and then put
yeah,
it in.
Yeah, because
Right.
otherwise I'm getting into.
I like to watch Face Off again.
You're right.
Face off
Yeah,
is great.
I want to go back to that
I
deep
forgot
fake
what we were
stuff.
talking
I want to
about.
go back to the deep fake stuff because there was a question that I had. I remember.
Oh, dude, where's my car? Sean William Scott, Ashton Kutcher revived their career in
No, I'm
Face
good with
Off.
that one. But if we go back to let's go, stop it. Go back to this deep fake thing. So if you go back to like what Collider did with the and a lot of people have been doing this, but Collider did a really good one. If you go on the channel, and they did Tom Cruise if he was Iron Man, and then they're working on another one that's coming out pretty soon, which is going to be awesome. I saw a little bit of it yesterday. But the deep fake stuff, the technology in general, and even if you look at stuff like the de-aging, I remember asking Andy Serkis this when I interviewed him in like 2014.
For what?
For Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, and I asked him. I said because it's still hard for them to do the performance capture as humans. Apes and all those things. It's easier, but the human eye just recognizes that's not real. That's not real. And I said, eventually, would they be able to? Do you think that the technology is going to get to a place that like young Bruce Willis or even a young John Wayne or something? And he's like, absolutely. Absolutely, that can happen. Because think about just the deep fake, right? And imagine somebody walking around as a young Bruce Willis. Because I think there's somebody, a 28, 20, or 30-year-old that could probably do a better John McClane now than fucking Bruce Willis, who phones it in every 20 seconds. But if you have young Bruce Willis's face on him and he can do the same thing, it'd be very interesting. Do you think that?
That would suck for the actors.
Well, not necessarily if you're still getting paid for doing shit, like for your likeness, and you're getting paid for your
I think
likeness.
they want their face to be seen.
Maybe so, but if you're able to do like, if let's say you wanted to do a young Han Solo movie, but it's actually young Han Solo, and it is Harrison Ford as however it might be, and not necessarily even having him do it, but someone else do it, but.
Anthony and Gruber with
you're
his
saying
voice, with the young Han
You're
Solo
saying
face.
vocally and movement
All of it.
wise, it's one actor, but then face wise.
However it works, I'm just saying, let's say 20, 30, 40 fucking years from now, right? Like, they're going to be able to just take young Bruce Willis, even if he's dead, and make a Die Hard movie.
But I
if
don't
they
even
wanted
think
to.
there's a person there.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that there's that technology, because of deep fake stuff and all that, I think that it's going to be, that's the way you're going to see movies. Right now, it's so foreign, and people are like, no, I don't want to see that. But if you knew that you were going to be able to see a movie again with young Mark Hamill, young Carrie Fisher, and young Harrison Ford in an adventure that happened in between episode 4 and episode 5, but it looks exactly the same, and you never even noticed, you would take it in a heartbeat.
Do you guys remember that commercial that came out? It was maybe
Frank Sinatra?
no Hepburn, maybe, or
think
she
so.
was vacuuming
No,
or Swiffering.
Yeah, it was Fred
Marilyn?
Astaire. Wasn't it Fred
Oh, it's
Astaire
Fred
with
Astaire, yeah.
the vacuum
Oh,
cleaner?
that's something like I don't
Yeah,
remember.
because when that happened, people were like, "Whoa,
What
Think
the-
here we
yeah.
go."
Think Chance would have known that?
I don't know. I don't think he would. Yep.
All right. Okay. It was what he,
Schmo
that's what he
nothing.
missed.
Yeah, he missed.
No, that was my whole. I had nothing more.
Oh, no,
to
it was
go.
Gene Kelly.
okay.
It
Just
wasn't Fred
saying-
Astaire. It was Gene Kelly.
I'm just saying that I think that was when it all started to change for me. The way that I pictured how cinema could.
Could work.
Yeah,
it could
it was
change.
from that commercial.
I'm telling you, I just think it's going to be, 20, 30 years from now, movies are going to be so different as far as what they could put in there. And there's going
That's
to be
kind
the
of
debate.
sad and scary.
It is,
is.
but it's the same thing. It's like, if you're able to, if you have to get paid for it. If you're sitting around, I want to make a Josh Macuga movie when Josh Macuga was 25 years old. Well, I'm not
Plastic
25.
Head, too.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm going to take you at 25. Well, how much am I going to get paid? Same amount you would. All right, I'm good.
I'm good.
You do nothing.
Yes.
I'm going to put you in an air-conditioned studio and you do voiceover and everything.
Or or you find someone that has to do a voice like him, but then, no offense, let's say he's dead in 70 years, right? Then you just pay his estate.
I don't think I'd take offense to that. If I'm still alive in 70 years, I'll be pretty pissed. I'm 107, just like.
I'm
It's
literally
pushing me in the
gonna
middle
live.
of the road,
I'm gonna live
75
till
just
200. I
done.
literally can't talk about this.
You're gonna live until you're 200?
Yeah.
Wait, what are you talking about? You can't talk. You just talked about it. What do you
No,
mean?
I cannot talk about what you guys are talking
What,
about.
like death?
Yeah, it freaks me out so much.
I'm with
That's
you,
for
Rox.
sure. Is
That's
this a
why I don't
conversation
smoke
you guys
weed
had
anymore.
on the podcast, or whatever?
Dorina and me.
Oh, is that who?
It was
Oh,
Dorina,
okay.
yeah.
That's why I don't really like to smoke pot anymore, because then I just think about myself dying, and then I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
Smoking pot makes me think about nothing like that.
yeah, smoking. That's why I don't smoke pot.
Smoking.
It
Don't
affects people
smoke the
different.
pot, you'll think about death.
Yeah.
No.
That's the way. That's the way they used to sell it back in the reefer.
Oh, the reefer
the
madness
reefer
days.
days. They say,
Yeah.
don't think
A lot
about
of
death,
death.
though you're smoking the
A
pot.
lot of death talk today on the show.
Is there?
Death
Oh yeah,
talk.
we had that body thing,
Death
and then
talk.
this talk.
And it still fucking smells like dead
Death
animal.
talking and everybody's dead.
Well, there
Death talk.
wasn't there like
We're still alive.
we used to make the joke on there you go. We used to make the joke on TV Talk because Dave would talk about books he read, and I would always say, "Put down the book, pick up the remote."
Such a great line.
Thanks, man. Then somebody was telling, like, you were talking about the Dorina podcast, and they were saying, like, let's get Collider Death Talk.
Oh.
Right.
Like, as a thing, that they would do it. You guys would have, like, your own horror podcast of ridiculously terrible movies that scare people and are stupid.
Right.
You know,
Okay.
that
That's
kind
fair. Okay. So this face-off thing is gone.
Yeah.
Next.
Speaking of which, scary movies. Did anybody see the Dr. Sleep final trailer?
No. When did it
Yeah.
come out?
It came out, I believe, yesterday, or maybe it was
No,
Sunday
a
night. We
couple
couldn't
days
get to
ago.
it
Oh
yesterday.
no. Why don't we just let's hold that and watch it during
Let's
the break.
watch it during the
Yeah,
break,
then
'cause
we'll
it's-
review it.
Are you
Yeah,
gonna watch
yeah,
it?
of course he's gonna watch it. Yeah,
It's so good, guys.
I'm gonna watch the trailer for this movie.
Yes.
and then we're gonna talk about it. Okay. Come on, it's for the bit.
You just got bullied into that.
Yeah.
And
You
I
get
watched
bullied.
it
I think
happen.
it was a question.
No, you didn't.
I don't think it was a question at all.
Josh, would you like to watch the trailer with us?
No.
Okay, you're going to watch
Of course
it
you're
anyways.
gonna. It was a
It
question.
was a question. Of course you're gonna.
Yeah.
Better. Yeah,
like
so
a song.
Anchorman.
Come out.
Anchorman 2 is my favorite fucking scene.
Tomorrow.
When he's walking in and just like, I'm thinking about going? Whatever he says is so fucking good. Stop kicking me.
I
Roxy.
literally have not moved my feet this whole time, and you won't
But
stop.
you're so tiny. How are you kicking me at this point?
My legs are not going past here right now.
You have long, fat people legs. She has skinny,
She's got,
normal,
she's got big,
short
Did it
girl legs.
she's got
again.
big stupid boots on. That's why.
Because I thought we didn't get.
Oh, you had to guess. So you're wearing your nice
so I wear my
boots.
heels.
All right, fine. Omar Epps coming in tomorrow. Did you know that?
That's not true.
It's not true at all.
That's not true.
It's really mean.
Nope. Mark Reilly will be here.
I will be.
Do you guys?
True or false?
False.
Well, you're not going to be here tomorrow.
Nah.
All right, fine. You're done.
I'm out.
It's about
If you
time.
guys really wanted to give me a birthday present, you could bring Jesse Williams here instead. I love him.
Is it your birthday?
Who is that?
Jesse Williams
in
is this
July.
really good-looking dude from Grey's Anatomy.
Oh, okay.
I love him.
All right.
I didn't know who he was until Roxy pointed out. I'm like, yes, it's a very looking man.
Riley's going to reach out.
Sure, I will.
Stop putting that damn Nicolas Cage face back there. It's freaking me the frig out.
It's his
The
O
computer's
face.
frozen, Josh.
It's you're a douche, Nozzle. That is definitely not frozen.
new
I saw you.
dad.
I saw you clicking back and forth.
Nothing's
Yeah,
happening. It's just
you
switching.
jagwagon.
You don't know what's going on back there.
All right, let's hold the sleep fuck. And what's next?
Okay. Well, we got Hayley Atwell is joining Tom Cruise in the next Mission Impossible movie. So, Macquarie shared the casting announcement on Instagram.
I like that. She's good. She's
yeah.
really likable. She's very talented and easy on the eyes. I would say.
I will say, Agent Carter, the greatest one season of 6 episodes in TV history that then couldn't have gone in a worse direction. I don't
Never watched it.
understand.
It was good.
Do you like the second season?
No.
The first season
I
was
did not watch. I
fantastic.
watched the first season, and then
The
everybody
second
told me not to.
season, my God,
Just
I've
fell
never
off.
seen a more departure from a show. It went from this cool little spy thriller to this campy look at Jarvis, now we love him.
She's perfect for this franchise.
Yes, 100%.
Oh, she's was Rebecca Ferguson still coming back?
She's perfect for every franchise. I like Hayley Atwell a lot.
You know who else loves her and
Yeah.
tweeted about this?
Mick
Jason
Sweeney.
Inman.
No, your BFF,
Yeah,
Mike Kalinowski.
Kalinowski.
Oh,
All
yeah.
three of them.
Kalinowski's
three.
my road dog.
Rebecca Ferguson is expected to
Good.
return. So July 23rd, 2021 is
I'm
when that
excited,
one is
man.
going to come out.
Spoiler
Followed
alert.
by August 5th, 2022. They're doing back-to-back movies.
Smart.
Yeah.
Shooting it back to back.
I
I
think so.
have to.
Yeah.
Smart, very smart. I think that this is because there's only. I know that it seems like the aliens are keeping Cruise young, but it's.
There are only so many years.
There's only so many years before
he dies.
or his hip's gonna pop out. I wasn't gonna go that extreme, but
What is he jumping out of in the next movie?
who knows? But that's what I mean.
Submarine?
Spaceship.
Did he do Submarine yet?
I
Submarine?
don't know if he did this,
Submarine?
but The Rock did.
I mean,
so.
they kind of did it in, what was it?
Hobbs and Shaw coming out on Blu-ray, by the way, pretty
Nice.
really soon.
Fast 8. There was the
Fast-
Submarine.
oh, that was it,
Train.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Train. I'm going sooner or later. He's
That's
doing,
the
that Red
sound
Bull
of
guy
it.
that got up there out in the atmosphere?
Oh, yeah.
And he jumped and did that one. It's got to be something like
It'll
that.
be something crazy. Yeah. So
He
anyway.
jumps from a spaceship in a weighted suit that he can bore through the atmosphere and only get heated so much because it's that suit, and then
Right.
the suit
Right.
sheds.
And they're
Paramount's-
going to film it.
Yeah.
And they're going to literally follow Tom Cruise like they did the last movie.
space.
Well, Paramount is smart here because we've got 2021 and 2022 back to back, right? In that time, I think there's a couple Marvel movies that are probably hitting, but Star Wars is non-existent up until I think the end of 2022
Came out on the big screen.
on the big screen.
Yeah.
On the big
What's the
screen.
2022 movie?
We don't know yet. For Star Wars, we don't know
Benioff
yet.
and Weiss is one.
We think.
That's what they said, I thought.
That hasn't been officially announced. That it was.
What was it, 22, 24, 26? I thought it was 21, 22,
That's what
21,
I thought
23.
initially, but it's
Oh.
22, 24, 26.
26.
Yeah,
Oh, why did I-
because we don't know if it's Ryan Johnson's or it's Benioff and Weiss. We believe it's Benioff and Weiss. It seems like that's the one that's going to be next.
It's on the evens. I thought it was on the odds.
I know, but someone liked that one.
That was a good one.
Someone liked that one. You got him.
I think we should go to break at this point.
You broke the room. We
I
did.
literally
out
was
on
like,
showmanship,
I literally was
Jordan.
like, they could not possibly be laughing at what I
It
just
was all in
said.
the delivery.
It is
Okay.
Benioff and Weiss. Iger confirmed it.
When?
What article is this? That's May 14, 2019 on that last earnings call.
Read the quote.
So the next Star Wars trilogy hitting theaters 2022 will come from Game of Thrones showrunners David Benioff and D.B. Weiss. Disney CEO Bob Iger announced at the
that really confuses me about the Ryan Johnson thing, though, because it's like.
because he just said
What
that
about the Ryan
he
Johnson?
is still going.
Yeah,
he's
he
still
says
doing
he's
it.
still doing it. So the question is this then, because they have made it clear that they do not want to do back-to-back movies anymore.
Right.
So they want to do every 2 years. So if the next trilogy is 2022, 2024, 2026, we're not getting it.
28.
Ryan Johnson's working. I mean, why, you're working on a movie to come out in 2028?
In a decade.
What?
Almost.
I mean,
What about this? I mean, Kathleen Kennedy said they're working together, Ryan Johnson and Benioff and Weiss.
Yeah, I don't
what
think
if
it's
he's
that.
doing one of those movies in that trilogy?
I think that's dangerous.
Yeah, I know.
I think that is
Well,
dangerous.
who do you think is going to be doing them then?
Benioff and Weiss will be
Producing.
but directing. I think they're going to go for newer people that
Mikhail
were supposed to.
Sapochnik.
Maybe, but I think someone they should go after that was supposed to do was in the works for doing episode 7 is Matthew Vaughn. I think Matthew Vaughn would be somebody to be very interesting. I think there's other people out there right now. I think you keep because even if you're on the side where you love Ryan Johnson stuff, you cannot argue that it caused so much of a divide in the Star Wars community.
it did.
Why would you do that inside of this, even if you love him on the inside, because what I hear, people inside of Lucasfilm, and I've heard that even though contrary to, and you guys know how I feel as far as, I don't think that The Last Jedi is a good Star Wars movie, but from what I hear from conversations, he gets Star Wars, he knows the mythology, he likes the lore, he wants to do more stuff with it. That being said, putting him on this trilogy right away, it is going to cause a stink in the community.
You think
don't
it'll be
need
TV?
it. Maybe.
Could be.
Maybe.
What about this?
But Iger said they're not going to do movies on TV.
Yeah. What if they're waiting for the release of
series.
Rise of Skywalker? Get
Let
the trilogy behind
Get
us.
the goodwill back.
Get the goodwill back, hopefully. Just kind of let it taper off. I bet Rian Johnson announces something after Knives Out that's not Star Wars.
Right.
And then it's just kind of like, then we'll get a report next year.
About what he's doing?
He's
Maybe
walked
it's Celebration?
away. He's walked away. He's
think
not
he's
doing
done?
it anymore. I'm starting to lean that direction, because of everything you said.
Timing just doesn't make sense. Timing just doesn't
It could be
make
something
sense.
where it's like they
What?
want
Like
to save face and they don't want to announce that he's not doing it right now, just until after the trilogy.
Yeah, I don't know.
Do you think Bob Iger knows Jonathan Igla?
Igla?
Igla.
Mr. Iger, yes? Your 5 o'clock is here. Who is it?
Igla.
All right, bring him in. So what have you been working on?
Me, Igla. Working on new script.
You're working on a new script, Igla. What is it?
Igla.
Oh, it's kind of like Groot.
He's getting close to a Gungan there. I like it.
Igla. Hello.
Jesus. Ouch. Yeah.
My name is Igla, and I sell
We lost Roxy.
ice cream with Igla.
We lost Roxy 6
here.
months ago.
Roxy just doesn't like the fact that we make fun of poor Igla.
Yeah.
I don't think it's making fun. I think it's honoring the man.
I
He's got a
agree.
wonderful-
Do you think that Jonathan Igla would have this much press?
No one known who he was until
Nobody
yesterday.
until yesterday, and then
We've
we
done
just-
two things, Josh. We've done two things here.
Correct.
We have turned Eagle into a superstar.
Correct.
And Fart Potato.
Correct.
There's two wonderful
Thank
people
you.
we've made.
Jonathan Igla should be coming in here and shaking our hands, of being like, I understand my last name is pretty funny. I'm glad that you guys are doing this. I'm really excited about my new series, Hawkeye, coming out with Hayley Atwell as Hawkeye and Jennifer Gardner as Hawkeye's sister, Dane.
Starring in the next
We're off the rails there.
Yeah, I
Who would
lost
play
it.
Igla? Let's look at him. Let's look at his picture. Who would
Bjork.
play him? You don't even know what he looks like. Let's see what John. Oh, Igla's a good-looking guy. Look at Igla. There he is.
that-
Look at him.
Whoa, he's like a young Stanley Tucci.
Yeah, look at
he
him.
got a little Tucci
Look at
to him.
Igla.
Very good looking.
Yeah, Igla's a good-looking dude.
He kind of
looks
looks
like Jason Statham.
or a little
Yeah, he's
bit
got
like a mix between Statham and Joey Lawrence.
You're making fun of my name. You know what I mean?
No, mine.
Whoa. All right.
Oh, Tyrese can suck my dick.
Mother.
Stop. You're relaxed like you're in your living room. And you should, this is a stinky studio to where you should at every moment want to run out of here.
He's a little guy. He kind of looks like me with big eyebrows.
You know that you've been making fun of my name. You know what I mean?
None of mine.
All right, listen.
He does not look like his name is Igla.
He does not look like an Igla.
But I bet he would come in. He's like a young, fun dude.
All right, look, we're going to go to break. When we get back, Hailee Steinfeld, it looks like she's going to be in the lead for Disney Plus
Real
series.
quick.
What do you want now?
Stick around in this break.
Yes, thank you.
I totally
Nope.
No
No.
break.
Didn't work. Sorry about that.
Oh.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah,
we're going
technical issues.
But still,
We're going to
feel free
break.
to stick
But stick around
Just
for
stick
after
ar-
the show.
But definitely stick around. We'll
My
be
bad.
back. We're going to be talking about this Hailee Steinfeld stuff. At 11:30, we're taking your phone call. So, Saul, where are you?
Hey guys, it's Perry here to let you know that Movie Talk is moving. We've had a great time in this 3 p.m. Pacific slot, but guess what? We want you to start your day with Collider Movie Talk, so we're moving. 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern. It's going to be a lot of fun. You're going to get a longer show with some brand new segments, so tune in starting Monday, September 16th, 9 a.m. Pacific. See you there.
Hey everyone, John Roca here, the host of Collider Sports Time. Well, you know, if you've been watching us every week, you know we break down the latest and the greatest in the world of sports, talk about the big issues, the big games, all of it with a rotating band of guests like Matt Nose and Josh Macuga. We've had Taylor Bisciotti on. We've had so many great guests. Now, if you want to see more of Sports Time or you want to try it out for the first time, remember to subscribe to Collider Sports YouTube channel for all the sports goodness.
Hey guys, it's Reilly here. Let me tell you about the Reilly Roundtable. You know it, right? It drops every Thursday on Collider Conversations, and I have guests from all across the space. John Roca, Gray Drake, Alexander Desplat came on at one point. We talk everything from movies, we talk about life, and everything in between. What do you want to hear? What do you want to talk about? It's the Reilly Roundtable every Thursday on Collider Conversations. You get it there.
Hi, I'm Coy Jandro, host of Collider Heroes, and I'm here to tell you we've got 20-minute episodes coming at you on Collider Video, on the YouTube, as you've always loved it. Plus, now we've got hour-long podcasts dropping every Thursday, so make sure to subscribe to the podcast because it's going to get even more sweaty on the podcast. Plus, every week we're going to try to get some very special guest interviews, all of the people that help shape these movies and TV shows you love. So, video, podcast, interviews, all coming at you. Be sure to subscribe. Thanks so much, guys. Stay sweaty.
Well, hello there. I'm Ken Knapsack, one of the hosts of Collider Jedi Council, and I'd like to invite you to listen to our show, watch our show. It's on every Thursdays on the Collider Video channel, and it's also available in podcast form if you'd like to listen to our sweet voices on Collider Jedi Council, me, Kristian Harloff, and a bevy of guests, I say, talk Star Wars. We celebrate Star Wars. We dig into the Star Wars news. We speculate everything about Star Wars, including your questions. So join us on Collider Jedi Council. You're going to have a great time.
What's up, Collider fans? Ryan Satin here from ProWrestlingSheet.com, where you can find the top stories throughout the week in the world of professional wrestling. If you're a wrestling fan like myself, then you'd be doing yourself a disservice by not checking out all the shows we do every week on YouTube.com/C/Wrestling Sheet. In particular, on Wednesdays, we've got a SmackDown recap show hosted by John Roca and myself, where we pick apart and talk about every little thing that happened on the Blue brand. So do yourself a favor and go subscribe at youtube.com/C/Wrestling Sheet.
Hey guys, Reilly here, and let me tell you about Rule of Two. You looking for a Star Wars fix? Well, Rule of Two is that show. It drops on Collider Video's main YouTube channel, as well as on Podcast One's Jedi Council feed. So go over there, subscribe, share it with your friends. It's hosted by myself and Mark Fernandez. We talk everything in the Star Wars universe with a lot of deep dives and a lot of conversations that go all in. You know what to do. Subscribe, join us there, and rise.
Hey everyone, John Roca here, the host of Collider Mailbag. A new episode drops every Saturday and Sunday in your face and in your ears, answering the questions from you fans about the world of entertainment, film, and television. Me and great guests from our sphere do the best to answer your questions from Twitter, from Instagram, and of course, email as well, every Saturday and Sunday.
Hello, how are you guys doing? I'm Kristian Harloff. I'm the host of Collider Jedi Council. We talk about everything Star Wars. It's movie news, it's canon, it's all of it. We take questions from you guys. How do you do it? Main channel, that's right here. Subscribe to this channel. But if you want to just listen to it, you got the podcast feed too. Apple Podcasts, you can listen to it in your car. Do all of it. It's Star Wars. Episode 9's coming out, and then after Episode 9, you got TV shows, so we're going to be your sports center for Star Wars. Do it. Come on, be real.
Hi, I'm Amy Dallin, one of the hosts of Collider Heroes, and starting right now, you can catch our show Tuesday nights with a new Collider Heroes and a longer Collider Heroes podcast, where Coy and I are gonna talk your ears off. You already know that's coming. So make sure to go to YouTube, subscribe, and find us on the Collider Heroes podcast feed for all of that sweaty goodness.
The Witching Hour is all over Collider right now. You can listen to that horror-filled podcast with myself, with Haley Fouch. We talk about witchiness, we talk about slashers, we talk about space horror, you name it, all on that show on the Collider Factory feed. And on top of that, you can find an article all about Witching Hour every single Tuesday on Collider.com. Check it out, get scared. Hopefully you survive the Witching Hour.
And we are back. I'm currently watching Kristian and Josh watch Dr. Sleep, the trailer with Mark Reilly, because Mark and I actually
seen it.
Did our jobs at a different point.
Did
in
you like
time.
the trailer?
I did. I think that this is very much your alley, though, Mark.
Oh yeah. See, I read the book. The book is phenomenal, and this is probably one of my favorite trailers from this. I mean,
really?
It looks directly from the book. Mm-hmm. It looks exactly like the book I read, and I love how they're able to work it. That this is an actual sequel to The Shining, Stanley Kubrick's Shining.
I'm quite nervous to hear whatever Macuga's reactions are based off of his face, which I don't think is about the smell in the room.
Can I guess, though? that this is a little different, though. It looks more thrillerish.
Yeah, I'm not into that.
You're still not into it. I think it looks thriller with.
There's some thriller elements, sure.
I say that positively.
Yeah.
I look forward to this because first of all, Ewan McGregor is one of my favorite actors, right? So, him inside of the fact that it's a direct sequel to the movie is very interesting. And I like that they're taking kind of like the whole psychic element behind it, and it's kind of there's like powers that this kid has, and it looks like that Danny has them too.
Yep, I mean, there's other kids in the world that have The Shining, and that we find out that there are actual beings out there that want these people. Yeah. And so that's who Rebecca Ferguson's playing. She's Rose the Hat. She walks around with people called the Hat. Yeah, Rose the Hat.
I like that, Rebecca.
You heard him.
It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Stop that.
Okay.
You shut your
Rose
mouth.
the Hat?
Yeah,
man.
That's her name.
Okay, Kristian the shirt. Roxy the blouse.
I knew you were going there.
Reilly the nails.
The hat.
Cool story, Hansel.
Nails is a good one, though.
Thanks. Nails.
Ladies and gentlemen, who's coming into the
Reilly
room?
the Nails?
It's Nails.
It's Nails.
Why? He'll slit your throat with his nails.
But Reilly and the Shits is my band name. So.
Reilly and the Shits.
So Reilly the Nails and Reilly and the Shits.
Alex, would you let Reilly and the Shits open for your band if there was a real band?
Oh, hell yeah.
Fuck yeah, Alex! Woo!
Why are we popping today?
With the
So
mics.
much.
I know what's going on.
Why do you have that? What is that? A lollipop? You're
Jesus.
chewing it?
How old are you?
This is Kristian. This is
I have no
Kristian
idea.
before the show.
I really don't.
I
Kristian
know.
before the show is like, by the way, guys, I hate when people chew gum. Don't chew gum in the microphone.
Right.
God, this is so bad.
I mean, the mic popping situation is not ideal today, and I don't know what. I think it's the smell. The mics got used to the smell. Now we're all
The
toast.
smell fucked up the mics.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cody knows.
True.
Cody,
All right.
has your baby pooped on you yet?
Yes.
Cool.
In your face?
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yep.
I said to Cody
How does
during
it
the break.
poop in your face?
Well, I was
problem.
cleaning the diaper, Roxy, and I was
You
just
were cleaning
wiping
the
it.
diaper?
No, cleaning it. I mean, cleaning his butt because he chewed.
Clean his ass.
You know what I meant? Whatever.
Yeah.
I really didn't.
And he farted, and some poop particles got on my face.
Pink eye.
What do you do?
You say you got me.
Wiped my own face.
Yeah, and you say you got me.
See, that's the thing, because, like, I get, for all the shit that I give my dad about, like, how he's parented, I can't believe at one point he was, like, wiping my ass as a baby. That's effing crazy. Like, that's got to be a different kind of love.
It's called
It's just-
parenting.
I'll tell you, it is called parenting. At that point, it's just it's second nature.
Really?
Yeah, it's second nature, and when you do it enough, it's like even
Like,
you
think
wake up
about,
in the morning.
everybody think about their parents. That's what they did. They, like,
Wiped your butt.
wiped your
No,
butt.
you got to find creative ways to allow the kid. That's the thing. Right now, Cody, you just have this blob that just sits there and goes, "All right, change my diaper." Then you're gonna get no.
That's why I want to die at like a relatively normal
wanna sit in
age,
their poop?
so that people
I don't know what
aren't
they
wiping
want.
my butt when I'm older. I don't want people down there. It's gross.
I know it is. Isn't it funny how it comes all the way back
Oh,
around?
that's the worst.
Yeah, it's like when you're a baby. It's like, oh yeah, I'll wipe your ass. It's like, oh great, give me, you old bastard.
I'm going to Pittsburgh in about a month for my my beanie's 90th birthday.
Oh,
right?
nice.
Turning 90.
So
I'm
yours
like
is
a-
Popo and yours is Beanie.
Popo.
Popo. And yours
Grammy
is
and
Beanie.
So
Popo.
it was Beanie and Pap, and then my dad said it was Grandma Rose and Grandpa, but Grandpa Macuga.
Grandpa
Rose the
Grandma
Hat?
Rose the Hat. Fucker.
No,
And
it was
you think
Grandma
we don't have the
Rose.
same humor.
Grandma Rose the librarian, I guess, which isn't as cool as Grandma Rose the Hat. Nowhere near as cool as Reilly the Nails.
Really, the nails. Here comes Grandpa. Don't piss him off.
But she's
Slice
like,
out your kidneys.
my mom was like, you know what? If you mention it to her and she forgets about it, don't worry about it. But it's basically saying like what you would say to a toddler. Like if you don't mention it,
Right.
they'll just forget
I know.
about it,
Yeah,
right?
it's true.
And it's
Yeah, and we don't understand.
Yeah,
that.
but this is what one of my. First of all, you guys know Papa has dementia, but also one of my close friends' mom has early onset Alzheimer's and has
Right.
had it since she was 12. And she was talking about
12.
Since my friend was 12.
Oh,
her
friend was
mom.
12.
Yeah. And what we were talking about is what's crazy is that like they're happy. You know, they're living their daily life and waking up and doing things that like arts and crafts and watching movies. And I'm not saying it's as fulfilling as a life, but it's
Right.
it's the people around that are judging
Making the experience.
Yeah,
Right, right.
that are feeling the circumstances. You know, so for
Right,
for
right. I
you
see
when
what
you're
you're saying.
older, like if that is the case, you're actually going to be fine.
I think that at the point when you're going to be an old fucker, at like 85 years old, technology is going to be so great that all you're going to be is in a VR world watching the Steelers over and over and over
It's
again.
not a bad idea.
You'll be all right.
Yeah.
You'll be all right. Okay, let's talk about the Dr. Dementia trailer, whatever it's called.
Hopefully not Monday.
not,
Dr.
not
Dementia
even,
trailer.
not even,
Yeah.
not even close.
What's it called?
Close.
Dr. Dementia.
Dr. Sleep.
Yeah.
Are we going to keep playing this game?
What is that?
Are we going to keep doing this?
Your
Because
feet.
my feet could not be closer to my body. I want you guys to look under the fucking table at where my feet are and how they haven't
She
moved.
just pulled them back. You
I-
just pulled your feet
I
back,
have
you
not-
lying. You liar.
I have literally not moved my feet.
Stinky.
Oh, by the way, Lon in this
it's not on
scene,
camera,
Lon in this scene that has not aired yet. Maybe it did. No,
What was
it's
the
not
word
aired
he
yet.
said? Did you figure it out?
Snape.
Snape.
Called JTE a Snape. Oh, so good.
Yes, well done.
What are you talking about?
In the scene, there's a scene where Jonathan Harris walks up and says, "We have to talk," and he's like, "I knew that JT, that Snape would pull something like this." It's really fucking funny.
That's great.
But anyway, so Dr. Sleep.
Dr. Sleep.
Dr. Sleep, the trailer. I think that it looks like a good thriller. It looks like a good continuation to Shining. I love the fact that they use. This is what I'm talking about when it comes to music that you associate with the first movie, to where Terminator barely did it in that trailer.
It's so important.
They use it twice. They use the classical theme that you're used to and you know it and you relate to the original movie, and then there's a rendition of it at the end that kind of makes it a little bit more of the good guy version of it. And it sounds great, and it's so instrumental how music is so important. Why they are not bringing Brad Fidel's score back for Terminator, I digress. Go ahead.
Look at the Bad Boys for Life trailer.
digress.
They use they use the song.
That's
You're
what I mean.
totally
You're
100%
relating to
right.
it. You're relating to it because it's the same. I'm telling you, that is why they brought back the Avengers score.
Yeah,
They brought back
Marvel was
they
dropping
were-
the ball a lot
well,
there.
it was Perlmutter and all that
Yeah.
stuff. But this trailer, did you like the Dr. Sleep?
I loved this trailer. This is one of the best trailers for this movie I've seen. It's the final one, so they're really showing it. It's the book that I see the book coming to life, and I'm so glad that they are able to work out the rights with the Shining movie with Kubrick, because they talked to not only the Kubrick estate to make this happen, but they had to smooth it out with Stephen King.
Yeah.
Because Stephen King hates
he
that
hates it.
Kubrick
Right,
version.
right.
So they were able to work it out so that we get those references because it's so important in the book, and that's what I love.
Rox?
I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
I don't have any attachment to it.
Do you like The Shining?
Yes, I
But-
do.
but
I
you
totally like The
but
Shining.
don't love it like he does.
Yeah, I
Right.
totally like The Shining. This movie seems up my alley enough. Didn't read the book. Excited for the movie.
I'm excited.
Trailer looked good.
Yeah, I agree. What I liked about it was right away, but the stuff I did like The Shining, the original movie,
Bless
but
you.
not
Me
like
too.
not like a Reilly.
The Shining's great.
It's a great movie. So when he shows up and he goes back to the hotel and it's his face, and this is what a great actor he is. I don't think he was there. He wasn't. Or was he there when? I don't remember because was Shelley holding him at that time, or he wasn't there? I don't remember.
I don't think he
wasn't there.
was,
So
yeah.
that's what
What
I'm
are
saying.
you talking?
So
In
in
the
the
movie.
classic scene when he goes, "Here's Johnny," and he sticks his head in the. Like that. That's what I thought of immediately. That's what you're supposed to think of when you see that scene.
Of course.
But I look at his face and I'm like, oh, he's not really. Doesn't look like this bothers him. They're like, well, I don't think he was in that scene. Like, I don't think he was there. I don't know where he was. He was probably riding his tricycle around. But it's. I like that they went back to the original location. They saw the red rum, all that. I'm actually really jazzed for this movie.
I've seen The Shining one time.
And you hated it.
That
Or it just
movie
scared you.
still
Yeah.
like
It's
I have
fucking
trouble.
That's a scary movie.
That's a scary movie. It's
I have
creepy.
trouble walking down hotel hallways at night.
Was it that movie?
100%.
What about the old lady? What about the old lady in
the bathtub? I don't take baths.
That's one of the creepiest.
100%.
Yeah.
Room 237, man.
Ooh,
yeah.
True.
I could see why that would be really scary for you.
I mean,
That's scary for me.
terrifying.
Yeah.
I had a you moment last night.
Oh, did you? What'd you do?
I got scared by my own shadow.
Oh no.
I did.
I've done this too.
I was walking back.
Do you shout?
No. It was more. I didn't do well, not to that extent of a. But I was walking past, and I'm walking through, and the light shining on, and I see who the fuck is behind me. I'm like, oh, that's me, and I kept going. But at that one point, I was like, that was pretty creepy.
How have we not mentioned Bachelor in Paradise thus far?
Didn't watch it
Yeah.
Why do you
watch
keep
it.
doing this to me?
because I'll show you a
You
picture.
watched 6 hours of Sean Wayans interviews.
Because what we've been doing is watching
You're
it.
always so busy,
I
Roxy.
slept less than you and
Did you like
Cody
it?
combined.
Did you like it last night?
Wait, I didn't mean individually. I slept less than you.
Did you like
guys.
last night's episode?
Riley's pissed at last night's episode.
He's been pissed the last 3 weeks.
I don't like it. Yeah,
All right,
it's been hard, but I'm watching it. I will continue.
What happened last night?
I thought it was
Tell me.
okay. They're just all
JPJ?
they're coupling up and in love and stuff.
Yeah, that's the end of it.
Demi's having a really hard time, and she's talking about it. She first starts by saying, "I'm having a really hard time displaying public shows of affection."
Yeah.
Then
With the girl.
So she starts out. I'll
general.
get there.
Oh.
She starts out by saying, "I'm not a PDA person. I don't like PDA. I've never been a PDA person. I didn't watch PDA growing up, so I don't really understand it."
Right.
This coming from the girl that in Colton's season threw herself on him
everybody.
at every
And
humanly
Derek
possible
in this
moment.
season.
And talk
So-
about sex every
so-
and believe me,
then it-
everybody on social media was talking about that.
Then,
so.
so then she does say, "I'm not comfortable being gay." I am new to this.
Oh.
I don't know how to.
Is she officially gay or is she bi?
She used the word gay.
Okay.
She said, I don't know. I don't want people to stare at us. I don't want people to think, wow, those two same-sex people are together. It makes me uncomfortable, and I'm trying to move past it. I'm scared she's going to leave me because...
So let me go on national television?
That's the thing that is interesting. Like, I totally understand struggling with your identity, your sexuality, your whatever it is. And I also understand taking it slow, and so does her girlfriend, Kristian.
How can you forget that?
I forgot.
It's spelled
literally
the same
spelled
way.
the same way. Yeah.
Oh, I forgot. So I get what she's saying, that she's never done this before,
Right.
but she's like, I just don't know how I feel about everybody knowing, and it's like, what did you think?
Look,
What
you're talking to a camera.
Yeah. It was interesting, and especially because she puts it under the guise at first as I'm not okay with PDA, when clearly that's not really
something
the
else
case.
going on. She's lying to herself.
Totally.
She's lying
But she
to herself.
doesn't. She does admit
Yeah.
And
I'm
she's
not
a liar?
comfortable
But-
being gay.
Something big happens with Blake. So
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, something big did happen with Blake, and
lot
it
gay.
didn't make me like him anymore. I know a lot of people on the
what
internet.
happened? Tell us.
Yeah, just
Why
tell
am I
us.
watching it?
Christina leaves him
Yep.
Oh.
And he
She's-
was like
for
all
chapstick,
in
for lipstick, for chapstick.
to go home.
to go
Oh,
home.
leave. She was like, I'm out.
Because he goes,
She fucked him over because that was the
She
game.
really didn't fuck him
Oh.
over. He had been like, "It's all you now." It's all, and she
Yeah.
was like, "I just don't know that that's real. I'm like your third option here." And
Yeah.
so when we got home, maybe, but like I just can't. When we're
Fair.
here, realistic. I thought it was completely fair.
yeah. So
Oh,
yeah.
but then the bigger thing happens.
JPJ.
What's that? Oh, with
No.
what's his name?
Yeah,
Dean.
Dean.
Dean comes
Oh,
back.
yeah. What was the final?
Oh, yeah.
We're going to get him on the show. Did I tell you that?
No way.
Nice.
She leaves with him. I felt really bad for Connor.
Oh, man. Poor guy.
Also, Connor's the cutest one on the show right
think
now.
so?
Oh my god,
He's like dollar
a good-
store Christian Bale.
He's super sweet.
But he's
a
also
really,
like he
But
sounds
kinda
real
like-
dumb when he talks.
It's kind of like
He
that.
does.
Yeah.
I agree, Josh, but it's
the
a,
guys in the van.
it's a
loser.
bummer because his voice is
Brutal.
what he's actually saying is fine. It's his vocal
Yes.
tone.
Well, same as
that's like-
JPJ.
People are comparing
different.
him
Yeah, 'cause
to
he's funny.
Crush the turtle in Finding Nemo.
Yes.
I saw that online,
100%.
and I went, ding.
Oh, it's
That's
true.
I
it.
really like Connor.
Light it
I
up,
do too.
Nemo.
But based
Why
off
is he
of
living in the van, loser?
Yeah.
based off of what Jared said to us though last week and what had been snooping around on the internet, it does seem like
broke up,
Dean.
right?
No,
Oh, they're together.
it does seem that way.
So yeah, we should
Dean
bring
and
in
Kayla,
your girl because we both don't
Oh
like
yeah,
her.
we're not a big
Is it-
fan.
Yeah.
I don't get that. I like her a lot.
She annoys the piss out of me.
But
I
there is
feel
a
it.
You're
great-
not gonna like her in this episode then.
Yeah.
I love
I don't
going
like her in
doing
episode.
the
Then you're not
internet
gonna end this one.
and following the hashtag because I did do that after the episode.
Yeah.
And
so you like
people-
it a lot more than you pretend you do.
Yeah, it's like it's hard. I have problems with like how they go the distance in like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
It's hard for me because of
6 we found out.
It's 6. Okay, well,
did he
maybe
say
that's
8?
a little bit. But
I
anyways,
thought he said
with
2.5.
I
Dean,
thought he said 22 days.
Yeah.
I don't know.
yeah, 22 days. Yeah.
I think he said under a month.
No, but her face. They pulled an image of her face. What's her name again?
Ralph.
Dean? No,
Oh,
the
Kaylin.
lip Kaylin. They pull an image of her face. Go, when you realize you're going to be living in a van the rest of the time, because he's like, yeah, you know, if we get hungry, we just put on some ramen. She's like, ramen, okay.
And he's like, or we can order noodles, and she's like, noodles.
Yeah. He's like, or spaghetti, and she's like, yeah.
Spaghetti.
Yeah, I don't know, we'll
He's
find out.
Striffler. He's Striffler with a mustache.
But Jared was like, and this is it just shows I like Jared a lot, but he doesn't know me at all. He's like, no, trust me, you'd fall for Dean. Like, just literally in no way, because I cannot. To me, somebody's lifestyle is so fucking important.
Oh, we know. I remember that watching Eric Striffler. You asked him 87 questions about why he was living in a van.
Like
Yeah.
I clearly could not date somebody living in a van.
You'd make him move out of the van.
I have no like you guys know. I was Girl Scout for 13 years. I love going camping. I'm an outdoorsy person.
Yeah.
I love things like that. I'm not going to date somebody who's living in a car.
No, you know what I think the allure is with that guy, and I've seen it because
'Cause
it
I have to
happened.
piss.
Well, it happened with my old roommate, and I see it happen a lot, and it's guys and girls. Is that sometimes people that think that they can't be attainable, and that they think that they want to be able to be the one. That they have
tame them.
they feel like an accomplishment
Yes.
to change them. Essentially, what Amanda did.
Correct.
Right. And that
Or what Sadie did.
they're right, but there were a lot of women before that felt that way. Didn't happen. Right. And same goes for men and women that show. Oh my God, it's just that. No. She doesn't want to lock down that girl, but I think that I'm smooth enough to make it happen, and you don't. You're just another one. You bite the dust because it's one of two things. One, that time and place of where that person is in their life and what they want to accomplish could be driving it, or you're just not the one. I mean, the bottom line is you're just not the one that they like.
Yeah.
You can also kind of be like the Patsy kind of a situation where a girl that can't be tamed and you're just like a rich dude that's like, oh, I'll just give her money until whatever. Like that happens in LA all the time.
It happens, but sometimes when you run into those you run into men and women, they're just like, no, that's not what I'm. Roxy, perfect example of that. So it's just like, no, I think that's what Jared was saying more so, that his personality might intrigue you, and then where you say,
if you didn't know he lived in a van. That's
I don't dig his vibe.
Okay.
It's not really.
that's
for
television.
me.
You don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
him
I don't know him in person, but
you didn't watch his season, and I didn't bring it up when Jared was here. But his season, well, it wasn't. I mean, he was on. What's her name? Not Becca, the girl before that.
Caitlin.
JoJo.
Hannah.
JoJo, I think.
Oh, I don't
He
want
was
to
on Hannah. Yeah.
name.
Regardless, when they did Dean's hometown,
Oh, yeah.
Dean's,
I remember that.
Dean's dad was like this crazy hippie shaman kind of dude that lived in like a shack
Yeah.
off a trailer.
Like crazy
kind of
home
thing.
life, yeah.
Crazy home life.
That's kind
It
of
was very weird.
That I kind of get that though.
Yeah.
That makes him more likable
That's
to
what
me.
I'm saying.
But yeah, I don't know. There's some guys on the show. I'm like, I totally like your vibe. Like Mike, I like so hardcore like Mike's vibe. He just
Good smile on that guy.
great looking
smile,
guy, sweet guy. Even like I said, Connor, his voice is frustrating, but I liked his vibe.
Roxy,
Roxy.
like, oh my god.
All right, listen.
And I love
so
Derek.
The
I love
audience,
Derek.
the audience doesn't want us talking about the same war, so we're gonna move on to Hailee Steinfeld. All right, what's going on with Hailee
But
Steinfeld?
like, is Hailee Steinfeld still in Pitch Perfect?
I'm gonna murder you.
Whoa.
Now you didn't move your feet.
I am not
You didn't move your
fucking
feet.
moving my feet.
You
Look,
just moved them.
You
You liar. You are a
Roxy,
filthy liar.
You know
Like,
you're
your
moving.
foot-
Look at our feet.
I-
Look,
right
point the
now.
camera at our feet.
So
Look
let
at
me
our
just
feet.
say this as a
Look
friend
at our
to
fucking
you.
feet. Look at our feet.
It's your
Look at our
boobs,
feet.
man.
Look at our feet. Look
Right
at our
now,
feet.
right now,
I have not moved
when
my
I was,
feet.
When I was doing this before,
Look.
I was hitting it.
Listen, as somebody that
No,
had to deal with Kristian,
I have not moved my feet.
Bro, can I just give you a little piece of advice?
Piss?
As somebody, yeah, a little piece of advice. Okay.
I just moved my feet
As
backwards
somebody that had
now.
to deal with Kristian
Backwards.
kicking my headphone wire for upwards of 9 months, first 9 months of the
Upwards.
show.
Good use of upwards.
I would say that, bro,
Fuck is this
it's
guy
probably Kristian's fault. And more than likely,
you.
Mark Reilly is texting about a guest on the show or something about the show, bro.
About
That's
you.
all. Oh, it's about me, bro?
It's about you,
What
bro.
happened?
Do they want me to put the mic back up?
No. We're trying to figure out
The Aladdin
thing.
thing?
Yeah.
What thing?
Well, so they
You learned the
finished.
dance.
Cobster, aka Christian Rubalcaba, did an amazing job editing together my interview with Jamal from the choreographer from Aladdin and like the dancing stuff, and it looks really cool. It's 6 minutes.
It's
So we're
great.
gonna play it during the break, but they keep
I have
having
it
some
right now.
tech problems.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh,
Can
you-
we play it?
Yeah, if you want.
Can
why
we
don't
watch
play
it?
Why don't we play it? Why don't we play it 5 minutes out? Because that will be our break. Well, how about this,
11:30?
Cody? Why don't we do 11:25?
We're gonna do a break.
Because well, wait a minute. Because the video is what, 5 minutes, 6 minutes?
6 minutes.
So we'll do the video at 11:25, and then we can go into the rest of the breaks.
What break?
Does that make sense?
Why don't
What
we do
break?
this?
Hold on, everybody. So we're gonna go to break at 11:25.
Why?
Why not?
Oh,
So 11:25.
because it wasn't on the rundown.
I haven't looked at it rundown in 7 months. So we're gonna we'll just use this as the breakdown as the breakdown. Fine. So at 11:25 we'll go to break and we'll play this thing. But let's talk about this Hailee Steinfeld.
Okay, so they are offering the role of my computer died, so let me get this up on my phone.
Kate
here.
Bishop.
Yeah, Kate
What is
Bishop. They are offering the part for Hailee Steinfeld to lead the series for Hawkeye, with a lot of people speculating that this could lead to future movies in the MCU as Kate Bishop. So Hailee Steinfeld is their choice, and I think it's phenomenal.
She is absolutely. I love Hailee Steinfeld, but I will tell you that I think one of the things that is going to be very interesting, whether it's Star Wars or more so the MCU series, is the introduction of these characters. When they were having these shows on like ABC, you would see characters that you're never going to see in the movies ever
Totally.
again,
Right.
and they don't really play into it. It's just kind of side adventure. It's like young Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
This is something
Which
where
was underrated show, but I
underrated,
get
but
it.
you know what I mean. It had nothing to do with the lore of the
I
movies.
get
you
it.
knew. This is very different. You could see a character pop up in these series, or big events happen in this series where it does count. It does matter. They encourage you to watch it because it's going to continue into the MCU.
And I think the beautiful part of all this, and first of all, I love Hailee Steinfeld. She's fantastic in everything that she does. And a throwback to Eric Striffler, our good friend of the show, is obsessed with Hailee Steinfeld.
Yeah.
But
Van Man?
Van
Man.
Man. Yeah. Is that you now, instead of having like the movies as incubators, you now have these like little long form of shows as the incubator, as far as, and something that people can go back and watch with the service and be like, oh yeah, let me watch a couple more episodes before the next Hawkeye movie comes out, or whatever the case may be. You now have this, and it's less costly for Disney and less costly of like putting in the movie theater. Oh, you didn't see Ant-Man and the Dobbs, then whatever.
The Dobbs, yeah.
That's when Dobby comes up. So,
Yes.
Dobby, when is your appearance on the Hawkeye series? When is that going to happen?
Well, due to the NDA, Dobby's not allowed to talk about it. But Dobby said just really looking forward to his appearance.
But Dobby, you've been on this show many times. You can't give us a little scoop. What can we at least expect to see from this?
Look, if Disney sues Dobby, Dobby has literally nothing.
Yeah, but Dobby, you have
anything.
But you have a deal with Warner Brothers also. You're covered.
That's true. I got it back up. Dobby's going to shoot a bow and arrow in episode 4.
Great.
Be very excited.
Great, thank you. Okay, good. So we got our spoiler from Dobby. Thank you, Dobby.
Perfect, Dobby.
What do you think about this casting choice?
I love her. I think it's great. It is interesting hearing you guys talk about what the Disney Plus TV universe could be for the movie universe, because I remember having very similar conversations when Daredevil was announced, and that's just not what ended up happening. Now, obviously, it was on Netflix, so they didn't have as much stake in the game when it was over there.
Feige had
to
really
make
nothing
it,
to do with it.
Yeah. So I think this will be totally different, but I remember being very upset and bummed when we never did get a Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, or
MCU.
Yeah, and I always did
Punisher.
want to see that. So I do think that they still haven't figured out how to incorporate their characters other than Agent Coulson.
Right, right. And even that
kinda
whole
Carter,
thing.
but yeah.
Even that Agent Coulson thing was done so
Yeah,
terribly.
it was
He's dead. He's
strange,
not
and we've
dead. He's
gotten-
an Inhuman. He's whatever the fuck he is.
Right,
Yeah.
and there's some references on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. as well about Thor's hammer and stuff like that. But
Right.
And so we know we're living in the same time, same place, etc. But I just think that this could be a really cool opportunity, and I would really like to see it.
Well, it's also going to look a lot different because the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. show looked like a network television show.
Show did.
This is going.
Daredevil did not.
It didn't, but this
Iron Fist did.
Either way, though, this show on Disney Plus. With this Star Wars, they're dumping this money into where it's going to look more like a Game of Thrones type production, where you're going to have the mini
big
movies.
budget,
Yeah, I mean, even the stuff that they showed during D23, it's just like, okay, they're going full.
Also, they're using Hailee Steinfeld as a movie star.
She is.
Oh, yeah.
Who's going on television.
Well, and Jeremy Renner's in it too. So I mean,
That's right.
They're gonna
Who's also
Loki
a
everything.
movie
And
star.
Is he using the app?
I was going to say, is the app in
The
there?
app is in
Hailee
it.
using the Jeremy Renner app.
Yeah.
Can you watch Disney Plus on the Renner app?
What's this one's called? What? Hawkeye and it's just Hawkeye. Is that all
Hawkeye
it is?
Dickinson.
Hawkeye.
It's just Hawkeye. Okay, so Hawkeye gets his own series.
Emily Dickinson.
But I'm looking more forward to this than I am the WandaVision. I'll tell you that.
I think I'm with you on that
You
one.
and me both. I'm equally
excited
looking
for
forward to this
WandaVision.
and Loki, though.
Loki
might even be more.
because that's exactly what we're talking about. Because
Yeah.
Loki, the whole premise is if you've seen Endgame and you know what happens once he gets the Tesseract, that's when it goes down. So
Yeah. What's happening with your face?
I'm low key excited about that.
I've
man.
literally made that
I was
joke
waiting for that.
45 times on this show.
No, you haven't.
I've made that joke so many times.
There's no footage to prove it. It's all
Legit
been erased.
here.
How dare you?
Also, we talk about the bills on the table. What's going on?
I just got the bills. What do you want me to say? What do you want me to say?
For what?
What do you care?
She wants
So
to pay
I'm
him.
sitting across from you?
So, yeah, but what do you care about the bills?
I care
when
all
you
about
said
the
I
bills?
care about you.
When
you
you
don't.
said what's with the bills on the table, I literally thought I was look down and
Buffalo
see some
Bills.
Buffalo Bills.
All right, look, we're
What?
gonna take a little break here, and when we go, this break that we're gonna take is going to be Josh Macuga dancing around a storm.
Yeah, and interviewing Jamal, the choreographer of Aladdin.
And then we'll be back, and we'll take some phone calls from you all.
So Jamal Sims, choreographer, the new live-action Aladdin. You just kicked our butts. I think what the fans really want to know is, on a scale of 1 to 10, of me being terrible, me being like average, where in the middle did I hit?
You know what? You were. I at first when I first saw you move, I was like, you might have a little. But by the end, let me tell you. So it's never where you start; it's where you end. That's the only thing that counts. By the time you ended, so let's say, what was it from 10 to 1?
Yeah, 1 to 10.
1 to 10. You were starting at a low 2.
Okay.
When you finished, you were about an 8, 9.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'll
you
take
worked it
that.
through. Your friends do that. Ba 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 ba. Can your friends pull this da 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 out of their little hat da 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 da. Switch line. Switch line.
I always tell people that, like, if I was Picasso, my canvas would be a wedding dance floor. Right? I love
Absolutely.
weddings. I
Come
love
on
dancing
now,
at weddings.
yeah.
When you go to a wedding, do you feel pressure at a wedding?
Pressure. So much pressure. So I feel pressure that everybody. I was at a wedding and I just thought I was just dancing. I had about 5 guys come up to try to battle me on the dance floor, and I'm just trying to mind my business, dancing with my mom, and they're like in my face, and I'm like, yo, okay, this is not what I came for. So there's a lot of pressure at the wedding. Here we go, five, this part, 5, 6, sorry, my bad, 6, 7, here we go, da da da, da da, da da da, da da, da da da. Da, da, hop, hop, hop.
You've done Aladdin, you've done the Step Up movies, you've done huge projects. Do friends come to you and be like, hey, could you choreograph my wedding dance?
They do. My sister. My sister's like, yeah, you're gonna do our wedding dance. So there is that. They happen.
I bet. Your first time you see the movie, everything's put together, the editing, it's all done. What was that like for you?
Yeah, I was blown away with this movie. It's only because also, there's a lot of visual effects.
Sure. So
a lot of stuff wasn't there when we filmed. So to see it with the visual effects was like a whole different, we were imagining things were there and there weren't. And so it blew me away. And literally, I think every department stepped up to not step up, but you know what I mean.
Nice, I like that. Yep.
They stepped up to their and did their best. You know what I mean, and that's what we got.
Did you give Will Smith any kind of gruff about the Wild Wild West dance or the dance from Men in Black?
Yeah, he's so iconic to me. All those things stand out, And so I remember in Prince Ali, he was like, yo, we gotta be, it's gotta be this, and so he really puts the pressure on himself. Sure. You know what I mean?
Sure,
so
sure.
I didn't really have to bring up too much because he was like, I know, I'm good, I got this. Yeah.
So obviously Disney's doing a ton of these live action remakes. Do you have a favorite animated film that they haven't done that you'd love to do a musical number for? Because I love, if you remember the old Robin Hood where it's a fox against the lion. That's one of my favorites.
No, that's the one.
That's
that
tight, right?
is the one. I would love to see Princess and the Frog, just because it has this New Orleans kind of vibe, and so, and I would love to be able to dance that.
Was there a movie that inspired you to get into choreography or dancing or anything?
Yes, The Wiz.
The Wiz.
With Michael Jackson. It's right here on my arm. I have the lion,
that's amazing.
the scarecrow, and the Tin Man.
Yes.
Yeah, that was the movie. I saw it here in LA in the big Cinerama. It was the Cinerama Dome at the time.
Yeah.
And that was the movie that got me into it.
If you could dance battle any dancer in history, who are you taking?
Oh gosh, it would have to be somebody. But I'd have to go back to like my 17-year-old self, right? Yeah. And then I would love to battle Michael.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. But me 17.
You 17. You get to tell somebody they got served. You got served.
Yeah.
Who you taking?
Yeah. Oh gosh. Well, actually, the funny part about it is that now it would be probably Chris Brown, because I think Chris Brown is extremely talented.
Sure.
So I would love to be able to do
Put
that.
that on the resume.
What I mean? Knock that
up.
off. Yeah.
I love it. Dude, well, thank you so much for all of this. I love. We had a choreographer do our wedding dance, and I got to tell you, on my wedding ring, it says "We ride together." My wife says "We die together." Will Smith, Bad Boys. So it's all good, right? I appreciate the movie was amazing, and the dancing was so much fun.
Thank
so
you.
Just this little thing was amazing for me.
Appreciate you,
dude,
man.
You're the man.
Thank
That
you.
was a blast.
Hey! Up! Go! Hey!
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the show. We're talking about things that we would normally talk about. Welcome back to Collider Live, everybody. It's a Wednesday.
No,
it's Tuesday.
No, it's not.
Tuesday.
Yeah, it's Tuesday.
It feels like Wednesday.
Ah!
What happened? You got gas?
Jesus.
I got stuck.
Roxy in a romper. .com.
I hope you all enjoyed that video. I loved it. It was one of the best videos I've seen in a very long time.
What did you think of what it said on Macuga's shirt?
Loved it. Thought it was so smart.
You agree?
I think that when they do things like that, it just pushes
How
the
do you
needle.
think Peter
moves the
feels
needle.
about it?
I think that Peter loves it. I think Peter's a big
Peter.
fan of it.
Peter.
From Hunger Games, I thought she thought it was good too.
Peter's a dude.
No,
Thought he was pretty awesome.
PETA is the organization that wouldn't like Josh eating chicken nuggets, I think.
I'm sure it says chicken nuggets
shirt.
are life, and the PETA wouldn't like that.
What do they like?
Nothing.
Okay.
Red paint.
Welcome back, everybody, to the show. And now it's time where we open up the phone lines and talk to you guys. Anything that you want to talk about that we've either talked about for this first half an hour or anything else, too. But I will tell the story that I told during the break. Something that is very fun to do. Significant others love it. They love it.
See, this is, I think, actually mean. Because you are doing it on purpose, and that's mean.
Yeah, I think so. But when you're married long enough, you get it.
Yeah, but I got to talk to Sadie about this.
I want you to relax for a second. So when we're all when you're sitting there and you're getting into whether it's an argument or any of those, I'm bored with this. And you get into an argument and you want to do something
Christian's
that's fun.
in a mood. Christian's got a tude. Christian's really rude.
I don't see. For me, I would dance.
That's your thing.
I would dance in the
It's
middle
so
of
up
it.
your thing.
Even if I was mad, I would start dancing to it.
Cool.
Yeah.
I know. I just know.
Now
for a
you know,
fact.
Roxy.
Like,
Now you know.
My brother and I would get into a yelling match, right?
Yeah.
And he would do one of your things, like, I don't care. Like, I'm like, throw myself.
I would be able to piss you up. pretty
Yeah,
soon.
yeah, every day.
Yeah. So listen. So when this is something for you guys. If you like I said, you probably be sleeping on the couch, but it's fun to do. So if your wives or somebody is telling you, hey, listen, I need you to do this, I need you to do this, and they're going on for and the reason why this isn't working because and going on for about
Or your
30
husbands.
or whoever, about 35 seconds to a minute. Then when they're done, you say, "What? Are you kidding me? No, I didn't hear you. I had something." Okay, listen. I can't hear what you're saying. And then they know that it's bullshit, but you get in some trouble. But it's fun. Okay, moving on. Let's
I'm
open
definitely going to do that.
Do it. It's
Thank
the
you.
best.
You're making that up, right, Reilly? Because Julie will actually cut your nuts off.
No, I know. And I've actually done it for real, where she said a number of things, and I went,
What?
and I was writing, and I went, what? And she went,
Oh yeah. That's what I'm saying. But
And
do
I'm
it.
like, Yeah, oh, but shit.
But now
no, you don't wanna
do,
do that
it
to
on
Julie.
purpose.
yeah.
Oh, come on. Be ballsy, will you?
Yeah.
Or-
Don't worry.
Couple more
You
glasses
want
of
him
wine.
to get a divorce before he even gets married?
Divorce, it won't happen. Divorce. It'll just
He's been through it once already.
Yeah.
That's exactly.
Literally,
This one
I
is
just want
fine.
people when people at home go after me in the comments, I want you guys to remember who gave you the better advice.
I think this is great advice.
I do.
I
too.
think you know why? Because you're going to get a laugh out of it.
Totally.
And laugh, best medicine, right? That's what they tell you in Detroit.
I mean, I've been doing a version of this for a long time right now. Every time something like that
You
happens.
don't think anybody catches your little fucking asides,
Right.
But I catch them. Okay.
I also catch them.
What did he
even
just
though you
say?
live in
Catch him,
Detroit.
but then you throw him right back. You go like this. Woo! Hey, you're on Collider Live. What do we got? Thank you, Cody. You're dictating like John Williams. I like it.
This is Nadia from Georgia.
Hey, we're breaking mics. What do you got? What do you got for us today?
Nadia.
She
I
left.
have two things.
Oh.
One about, have you heard about the Apple Plus? It dropped today
Yes.
about the pricing and the new shows are coming out.
No,
So
tell
your
us.
thoughts
Yeah.
on it.
Tell us. What's the pricing
launching
and what are the shows?
Dates.
$4.99 is doing what Disney's doing.
Oh wow!
Nice.
But what are the shows though? They don't have a Disney.
They just
hat,
have
what
the
do they
Reese Witherspoon
No,
show.
they did, and the other one that we like, Josh.
Space Force.
No, yeah,
the
yeah,
Joel
but-
Kinnaman
Okay,
one.
so nothing really.
and Jennifer Aniston and Steve Carell.
Yeah.
Dropping a Jason Momoa show called See, where the whole world is blind.
Oh
And,
yeah, I saw the
it's-
trailer for that.
So
That's cool.
What I will tell you is and all three of these shows could be phenomenal and great shows, but they don't have an IP behind them. But so that's why $4.99, smart move.
Yeah,
If you come out
yeah.
going $10.99, $12.99 for this show that no one's heard of,
Right.
fuck off. Why don't we, you know what I mean?
Apple TV Plus launches on November 1st for $4.99 per month. The Morning Show and Dickinson are launching titles. So
Okay. I mean, hey,
Dickinson is the one that
We'll
you
see.
were just.
Emily Dickinson.
I think it was the wrong time for Apple to launch this. I think they should launch it next year.
And
Yeah.
Disney Plus $6.99. But-
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
With a billion shows right now. I think it was a bad time for Apple to do this. I think Apple should have done this
Gonna
next
get
year.
buried.
God, if the Emily Dickinson one is the Hailee Steinfeld drama.
Yes, that's what it was.
Because it launched today, is that right?
No, November 1st.
Oh my God.
It's right before it.
It's like that's 11 days before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's dumb.
It's gonna get buried.
It's gonna get murdered.
Totally
Well, that's
destroyed.
dumb.
I
That's
don't
dumb.
think
They should have made that. You don't think so?
I don't think it's going to get buried, murdered.
It's going to have 11 days to get as many people as possible, and then it's going to be.
Because you
They should have
think
done it
that
February
people
1st.
are going to do one or the other.
Yeah, why are you going to pay? I mean, because you that's like $13 right there a month. Plus, you have Netflix still. It's like $14.
They
a month.
here's the thing. They put your face to the burner, and they said you got to pick one. It's in November.
That's
People are
it.
going to pick Disney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
$2 more for Disney.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Nadia,
What
go
was
ahead.
that?
Oh, Tim Cook said that if you have an Apple product, you can get it for a year free.
You can get a year free. Oh,
Who said that?
Tim Cook.
Oh, the company reportedly upped its content budget from $1 billion to more than $6 billion, according to Bloomberg. Apple's also reportedly spending approximately $15 million an episode on some of the biggest shows, including the morning show and the Jason Momoa-led sci-fi series C.
Yeah, let's hear. For me, I'm not
They
going to
also
get
bought the distribution rights to Dads, a documentary by actress and filmmaker Bryce Dallas Howard about fatherhood around the world at this year's Toronto International Film Festival. TIFF.
I am going to wait to hear because when I start hearing from my TV buddies that some of this stuff is. Well, you got to check it out. You got to get it. It's the next Game of Thrones. It's this, then that's when I start to sign up.
They're doing what I like.
Are you getting it?
I'll get it.
This is what I like, Josh. You know, I've been pitching this, Kristian. I think I said this to you too. Most TV Plus series will premiere with 3 episodes, with 1 new episode rolling out each week, which is what Hulu did with Handmaid's Tale and has done with a lot of their stuff. And then full seasons of some series will be available immediately.
And movies?
However,
How about movies? Full.
Doesn't say right now.
Right.
Doesn't say.
So what am I getting
most
on this?
TV Plus.
That's a good question.
What am I getting?
I like what Nadia said though. If Tim Cook is saying if you have an Apple product, you get a year free. I mean, that might get more people to buy iPhones, which I know has been like kind of a stagnant market. Because if you have an iPhone, you have an iPhone. If you don't have an iPhone, you tell people that don't have an iPhone they need to get the phone that you have.
But the point is,
John Campea.
But when you look at CBS All Access, right? I looked at it yesterday, and you get those new shows that they have. But you also get so you can watch CBS Live, you can watch all this other stuff that they have. It's like a full-on. What else does Apple provide? That's what I don't understand.
It doesn't seem like there's a lot of content.
Right, it's just like these new shows, some other things, and that's it. So
Right.
that's
You have,
really,
you
is
have
that worth
access to a lot of the movies that are on iTunes.
That's what
or
I'm.
whatever,
That's
but
what I'm asking. Like, what do they have? What and who's giving them license? Because the license is going to Netflix or license is
Well,
going
like
to
that
go
Bryce Dallas Howard one, so maybe smaller things
like
that they're
documentaries
acquiring.
and stuff.
Yeah,
Right?
I think that
Is that worth $4.99?
what's interesting is that some of my favorite shows alone would be worth $4.99 for me, because on iTunes, I pay $2 an episode all the time.
Right. So you have access to all these shows.
So I think that for what?
Yeah, for what shows?
Which shows would be worth that value to me,
Well,
or
what
what
shows
do
do
I
you
pay?
do?
So right now, season 5 of Schitt's Creek is not anywhere, so I'm going to pay on Amazon if I want the
But isn't that a
upgraded version,
Netflix?
$2.99.
Isn't that a Netflix specific show?
No, it's Pop.
It's not.
Pop TV.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to pay. It's going to be $20-something for the season.
I see. So
and I'm going to pay for it because I want to watch it.
So you would get a discount if it was on Apple.
I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is,
but you would.
if
I'm saying that.
I don't know. I don't get what you're saying.
I'm saying that if you basically, so if Schitt's Creek is on the Apple TV and you're not paying $20 for the month, well, I guess you were paying a lot more.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is that if some of your shows are worth that amount to you and you end up trying Apple, maybe you get a year for free, whatever, and you love the show, and you're getting 4 episodes of it a month, you might just for one show pay $5.
Riley's got something.
Okay,
Taking his moment.
here's what is going to be appearing on it sooner or later, not right at November 1st, but Steven Spielberg's new reboot of The Amazing Stories.
Okay.
That's going to be a
That's a
series
sell.
that's going to be
That's
on
a
there.
sell.
C, as you mentioned, with Jason Momoa. Sesame Street Coding Workshop.
That's kids.
Okay. Little Voices, produced by J.J. Abrams. Little America, with Kumail Nanjiani and Emily Gordon. The Morning Show. Oprah, including a documentary on mental health being made by Prince Harry. Bastards with... No, they got rid of Bastards. Richard Gere, I remember that news one. They got rid of that. Terry Gilliam's Time Bandits. So they're making that TV series.
That's cool.
I'll give you that one.
That alone has me interested. Time Bandit is one of my favorites.
An Ed Sheeran documentary, songwriter, Dickinson. M. Night Shyamalan show. Isaac Asimov's Foundation.
They're trying,
M.
so
Night
they're trying.
Shyamalan.
Yeah. Shyamalan. Yeah, they're
Central
trying.
Park, starring Kristen Bell and Josh Gad. Swagger, about basketball player Kevin Durant.
Okay.
Untitled drama from La La Land writer. You Think It, I'll Say It, Reese Witherspoon's. Are You Sleeping? A crying drama? Crying drama?
Sure. It's just sobbing.
Yeah. And For All Mankind, a sci-fi drama. I'm seeing that's some of the shows they have. I'm looking for movies, like what they might
movies
include.
not looking like it's.
Isn't it called?
The original films they have. It's called The Banker, Dads, Hailee, On the Rocks. What is that? Hailee is an American drama film. Yes.
Sundance.
Yes. So this is all stuff that I don't know if this is going to be attractive enough for people to sign up for.
I pay $5 for maybe $6 for Hulu a month.
Right.
And I use literally not one feature of it except for watching Handmaid's Tale.
Right.
And I am satisfied
I
because
kinda
I
do the
love
same
the
thing
show.
with you.
Right,
So-
but you're also a hardcore television junkie.
That's 100%.
Yeah.
I understand that I am not the, and also I'm going broke with the amount of things that
That's
I'm paying
right.
for, and I've decided like, okay, this is where my money is going, and I get to write things
You
off.
have one choice here: Apple TV or whatever this is called,
Disney
or
Plus.
Disney Plus. What do you take?
Of course, Disney.
That's the
Of
that's the
course.
thing right now. Is they just have more to offer at the moment. So I don't know. We'll see. Is it we still have our caller on the line?
Nope, just literally hung up on her about a second ago.
Sorry, buddy, Cody. All right, let me know.
She said she had a second question.
I know we hung up on her.
Oh, she did?
Yeah, it's all right,
Call
Cody.
back,
That's on us. We talk. Hey, you're on Collider Live. Who do we got? And if you turn your computer down,
Hey,
please.
Okay. Yeah, this is Juan. It was ringing from Georgia.
Hey, man, what's going on? What do you got for us today?
I wanted to ask about the golden ticket
Yep.
for Orlando.
That's right. What do you got?
So if you're one of the 4 people that are picked and you go out there and you don't win, let's say, but you show like a good personality and stuff, can you be brought on as a manager?
Brought on as a manager, not necessarily, but I mean, look, man, look. This is the whole point. Is to try to find new talent, right? And because it's to give someone an opportunity. Because I always say this on any show that I'm on, that Rachel Cushing easily, people will argue. I don't even think you can argue. Most knowledgeable player that we've ever had in this game. She did not come from the background of talking about films professionally. She was an editor that I met on The Bachelor. She had never really expressed interest in being on camera, and she, even though she doesn't say so, she popped as a personality. She really, she was very good on the mic, even though if you ask her, she would say no. But she's very good on the mic. She became a huge personality. She became a role model. I believe that there are a lot of people out there like a Rachel Cushing who know movies back and forth that are not in this space.
Are you concerned that you don't have the knowledge? Is that why?
No, well, yeah. Like every time I play along at home, I don't get nearly enough points.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I think that maybe once I get on stage,
Well, if you come up there, look, the answer to that question is I'm always looking for new talent and new personalities. You look at someone like Tom Dagnino, and I think Kaiser asked him in that video. Tom Dagnino hasn't won a match in 3 years, but he's been on camera probably more so than most people because he's got a lot of personality. Roxy Striar never played a Schmodown game once. One of the biggest personalities we have in Schmodown. So the answer is there's always a possibility, and there's always a way to because
Coward.
The thing, yeah.
I'm taking a lot of heat for that recently.
About
Honestly.
not playing?
Yeah, but what's crazy is they're like, how can you judge somebody else if you've never played before? And I'm like, well, first of all, everybody
That was
knows.
like 2 comments. I saw that.
No, I'm getting tons of
Really?
tweets about it. Yeah, but I have been for years. But you're right; it's not as many as. But the thing
You
is,
get a lot more love these days as a manager than
true. But
yeah.
the thing is, number one, I'll tell anybody, as any player will wipe the floor with me. I
Right.
go entire matches where I don't get one question, literally not
Right.
one. But Belichick's not currently playing.
So I mean, you have a manager's mind. You know the game very well, and people don't understand that. But to answer
Did you
your
just
question,
compare yourself
Yes, I
to
did.
Belichick as a manager of a trivia person?
hey,
Yeah.
how dare you?
Yeah.
Okay.
How dare you? Don't shit on this. Don't shit on this.
Okay.
How dare
Yeah.
you?
Okay.
I'm on your
I
side.
don't understand why Roxy gets. They don't understand how she's a great manager.
Yeah,
all you
she
gotta
knows.
do is watch that last Snyder match.
That's true.
And she was going out there in between all rounds.
Thank
You know,
you.
she was doing what she had to do.
That's
you know?
right.
It's obvious if you're looking.
Now, there's another thing to answer your question here too.
Bill
Now-
Belichick runs
Hold
one
on,
of the
hold on,
greatest
hold on.
offenses in the history of football.
Stop for a second. So your team is as bad as mine is. So listen. So the other answer to your question is: let's say that you know somebody because you're calling from Georgia, and you have 5, 10, however many people that you know that play movie trivia know it. Maybe they've never heard of the Schmodown. You bring them, and maybe this guy or girl is amazing in trivia. And then you want to come up because you have the golden ticket as their manager? 100% I would allow that.
That sounds cool. I'll give you that.
Yeah. So recruit some people.
I'm
what I would
gonna
say.
be
But
the
they
manager of the person.
Go to your local
I'm
go to your local bars and
Find
recruit people
somebody.
that are good at pub trivia.
Great point, by the way, is that if you do know wherever you're from, if you're in that area and you can get yourselves to Orlando, get there and bring some people that you know. Go to the trivia nights. You got about a month or so to do it. Go to the trivia nights. Recruit them. Bring them. Because if you can manage one of these people, hey, who knows? But great question, man. Thank you so much. All right, Cody, let me know when we get somebody else. Yeah, I'm excited for it. I think it's going to be interesting to see because what if we find the next big star
Could be,
in Orlando? Hey, you're on Collider Live. Who do we got?
Someone that wants you all to stop picking on my friend Mark Reilly.
Saul.
Hey, Saul.
Who's picking? Saul. No one's picking on Mark Reilly.
No, they're not,
I'm
Saul.
just saying, Mark had a rough first hour. I'm just saying.
He did?
Riley,
well, thanks, Saul.
Riley the Nails.
So,
over
yeah,
there.
just come on in, Saul.
Riley
What
the
did he
Nails.
make fun of you for, Kristian, that I did not like?
What did he say about me?
I don't know.
Well, we're talking to Saul the Beard here. What do you got, Saul?
Oh.
What was it?
I have 5 things I want to talk about.
All right.
I'm going to throw them up in the air real quick.
Please.
And you catch whatever pass you want.
All right.
Okay.
One, the Schmoedown in Orlando.
Yeah.
Are my odds literally just 4 out of 500? Like, if I just buy a ticket, there's no other way I can sort of grease the skids to maybe get noticed?
Hey,
Don't you think you did that already?
Saul, listen.
What do you mean?
Prices can be paid.
Yeah. Don't you think that you've already been noticed? Or you're saying, you're
Saul,
saying
are
hypothetically?
are you good at movie trivia?
Saul, and you just
Yeah,
blew
I'm
your
pretty good.
chances. If we got you in there, if you were drawn and brought up there, everybody would call.
You would call
foul.
it a fix. Would call it a fix.
I feel like we should stick him in there.
But well, listen. Saul, you're at this point that if you came out to the studio next season, I would definitely, I'd put you on camera one way or another.
I'd like
There's
to
no
play
doubt
as
about
Saul.
it.
That'd be a hell of a fun match.
Hell yeah.
There'd be there's no doubt about it. But the answer is you should get your ass out there to Florida anyway because it would be good to have you out there. And if you
Are you thinking about going?
Yeah, I was looking at flights last night, actually.
Cool. Yeah,
Nice.
you should. You should come and you should bring your pal again. Bring some peeps. Let's get this party started.
I want to fucking go.
So go, motherfucker. What are the other ones, Saul? What do you got?
Oh, the other one is a deep fake feature would never work with a lead actor for 2 reasons. One, psychologists have been studying counterfeit art for years, and they all come to the same conclusion. No one cares about a copy of something genuine. And also, I don't think SAG would ever let that happen.
Yeah, you say that today. We're not talking
I
about
like
20,
the
30
first
years
point
from now.
a lot.
But
The first point is legit.
That's the whole reason why it doesn't work today.
Yeah.
Because the human eye catches it too quick. I'm telling you
Yeah,
that
but
if you
even
don't.
you don't catch counterfeit. I wouldn't know counterfeit, but
Yeah.
once I know that it is counterfeit, I don't want
That's
it.
the whole point. That you got to see. The question is, how good will the technology be to make you not think that it's counterfeit?
Counterfeit stuff is so good that I can't tell.
Yeah.
Think about RB3.
Yeah.
With the
The
sneakers.
sneakers. That's right.
But think about it this way: if you're looking at the Mona Lisa and they say this is the Mona Lisa, and you're looking, and you're like, "Wow, how beautiful it is," and then you find out it's a fake, and it's a ripoff or whatever, and you're like, "Whoa!"
Now wait a minute, but you guys are talking about 2 different things. You're talking about our generation watching it. I'm talking about a generation that grew up with that, the Ready Player One generation. That's all they know. That when you're born into it and that's all you know, that's the way movies are made. You don't think about it. Like
That's
me,
true.
you, Saul, Roxy, Macuga. Yeah, we're gonna be pissed. We're gonna be like old people.
We're gonna be those old
That's
people.
Not
It's like,
real. Shut up, Grandpa.
I remember back in the day when there
Yeah.
was the actual actor.
That's what I mean. So yeah,
that's
anyway,
good.
Yeah.
But we would think it's intellectually interesting that they could do that. But, like, humans are essentialists. We understand the essential nature of things, especially when it comes to feeling, like an art. We would, like, if we saw John Wayne in a movie tomorrow, we know it's bullshit. No one would ever. I think there's going to be stuff like Carrie Fisher at the end of Rogue One. You're going to see a lot of stuff like that.
You mean
but
episode?
never-
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, you're never going to see a lead. I don't think you're ever going to see, like, Humphrey Bogart as a lead in a movie.
Ever? I gotta disagree with you. I don't think
What about,
anytime soon.
what
but
about
ever, yeah.
Saul, a TV series or a short, something not a full length?
A short would, yes, because we would think it's intellectually interesting. A feature film, you have to engage emotionally, and people will not engage with emotionally on someone they know is.
You're talking about a different generation, man. I'm talking about 40, 50 years from now.
I'm on Team Saul right now. My brain, honestly, and whatever, and a lot of people, I think, going forward is if somebody tells you that this isn't going to be the person in the movie, it is like a computer generated thing of this person. A lot of people are like, I don't really care. I think, like Saul said, it's interesting. I also, Saul, have a question for you. Are you like a psychologist or something like that? Did you study this? Or are you just a really smart dude with a beard?
What makes you ask this question?
Because you speak so.
You're
like,
awesome.
Well, also, Saul, a lot of people on the show have asked what you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. That's something, huh?
Saul,
All right, Saul,
I'm
you
not
got
going to sugarcoat this.
You got
are awesome.
You got
legend.
anything else? Or you're going to go buy that ticket to Florida?
Oh, I just want to announce to some people,
Yeah.
I'm going to be launching a Patreon page. It's all very exciting for the. This is more for the fans than it is for me. And the premise is this: there's going to be various tiers, right? And if you throw me some cash every month, what happens is you're going to be able to get through Collider Live because you call me, and then I'm going to call Collider Live, and then I'm going to take my two phones and I'm going to put them together.
And
so
you-
you, the fans who are bothered by how much I get through, can get through.
And you'll
through my
conference him in.
Patreon.
You'll conference him in.
Genius.
He works for
This
the.
is a good
He works for the phone company.
I
too.
literally don't understand though because even I can't. It won't ring. It just says not busy.
He works for the phone company. All right, Saul. Is there anything else?
I'm way better at it than you are. Ryan.
That's true.
That's true, Saul. Clearly.
All right,
Look
Saul.
at your track record.
All right, we'll let you go. We'll see you. We'll talk
you
to
in
you tomorrow.
Orlando.
All right. All right. Let's do. We'll do.
Saul's
We'll
great.
do one more call from Saul.
Better call Saul.
No, you missed out. Right now, Derek. Oh, sorry.
No way.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
People are having trouble getting through.
If we get
because
one more
Guys,
person in here before we go, but
I can tell you what's happening
Get
in the
those tickets,
meantime.
by the way. Like I said, in the end, I made the announcement yesterday. I'll say it again. We're doing 2 live streams. We're doing your live stream against Late to the Party and Bibiani Chance in the same card. That's Saturday, this Saturday, and then on the 28th is Kalinowski versus Janine Ultimate Showdown match. You get both of them. If you're a $10 patron, you get them both this month. If not, you can go ahead and go to the Schmodown Live for just direct purchase on those. The tour shirt, which I was wearing yesterday, also available. And don't forget about the live stream that myself, Brett, and Mark Ellis are doing at 2 p.m. PST today
Where?
on the Schmodown channel. Thank you.
The
All
YouTube
right.
channel.
All right. Hey, you're on Collider Live. What do we got?
This is David from Missouri. What's going on, guys?
David from Missouri. All right, you're going to take us out today. David, what do you got for us?
Light it up, David.
Okay, I wanted to get your guys' thoughts. You guys were talking about the streaming wars and whatnot, and I wanted to know what you guys thought about, and it's kind of like a dirty secret that nobody likes to talk about, but I really think that there's going to be a rise in piracy with all of these things, all these streaming companies, with your NBC Universal, Disney Plus, Apple Plus. I mean, you look at Game of Thrones numbers from this past season, and each episode was pirated close to 100 million times.
Huh.
I know
Well, we
Disney
like to-
Plus is trying to combat that. They're gonna put something in place to try to make sure that nobody at least shares their passwords.
It's
I
a
don't-
shame that this is even a thing, but with the advent of everything, it's impossible to get away and around criminals. All I can say is that when people tell me, "Oh, I ripped this episode of Peaky Blinders off some website because it's airing in England already," I was like, I just wait because I pay and I want the actors and the people that actually make money and that have to make a living. And it's not just like, "Oh, Cillian Murphy makes $20 million an episode." Yeah, but the guy that runs Crafty does not.
Right.
And those people need to. There are so many people that goes into TV shows and movies that pirating, it doesn't hurt the star. It hurts everybody else. It's just like. It's terrible. Pay your $5. If you can't pay your $5, go to a friend's house. If you don't have any friends, I'm sorry, come to my house. You can't.
All right.
Amanda might not like it, but if there's 30 people watching,
But I
Apple
think
Plus
that
in my living room,
but
it
the overall
happens.
point is it is something that there's going to be. That
I
we'll
just
have
don't
talked
know
about.
how do those two things correlate because HBO does have HBO now, but every show has. I mean, not even the things that you're paying for, but that
Right.
CBS, all of that stuff. I don't know if because things are. I don't know if that will be the case.
Right.
Like you just talked about Peaky Blinders. That's not a show that people pay for. They just want
It's
it
just on
sooner. So I
Netflix.
think that this has been a problem for a really long time. I don't know if this necessarily will increase that problem. And also, it is messed up, but Game of Thrones was not specifically hurting for that. So I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
I don't think this is not an issue, but
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right. Well, thank you for the phone call, and thank you guys for watching this episode of Collider Live. Thank you to Hey Alex. Thank you to Cody Hall, back in the captain's chair back there. Happy to have him.
Can I say special thanks to the awesome people at Disney that invited me to learn the Aladdin dance?
Absolutely.
So that was really cool.
Josh
And
Macuga
I'm not a
dancing up
show.
a store. Mark Reilly kicking me under the table for 2 hours. Roxy Striar.
I moved my legs.
And myself, me. So make sure you check us out tomorrow. We'll be here, Collider Live. And go on over 2 p.m. PST. Check out that live stream on the Movie Trivia Schmodown YouTube channel. Big announcements coming. See you tomorrow.
Say it with me, you pancake-eating motherfucker.